Yeah, yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. It is a 7-1. Happy July, friends. It is 7/1/2026. Paw Print, thank you for those stars. Hello to live crew and everyone in the chat, and hello to Plan B crew, everyone on the replay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, listen. Something just caught my eye before I got on stream. And it was this. So, and some people have addressed this. Mike, it looks like Mrs. Maricini, Mike's mom, is aware of my content. If you are here right now, hello. I'm very scared right now. And let me explain it. Let me explain to you why. For a couple of reasons. Number one, I have never expected my content to get to real world people, I guess. And I have always tried to be a victim advocate. But I'm also very aware that I am not sure how my content affects people when I talk about them. So, what I'd like to say to Mrs. Maricini in this morning, and I've had some conversations with Mike, and I'm currently in talks with Mike right now. But to Mrs. Maricini, I don't know why I'm like gonna cry right now. I'm like gonna cry because I'm a mother and I am a mother to a son, and I'm a mother to a daughter. And I cannot imagine watching either one of my children go through the things that Mike has had to go through for the past 10 years. And thank you, Wildflower. When we look at this case and we look at what Laura has done from beginning until getting close to the end now, you don't have a case with Greg and you don't have a case with Clayton if you don't have Mike. If Michael Maricini does not exist, then the pillar of Laura Owens's victimhood and her story doesn't exist. I think, in my opinion, that when Laura got the first DVRO and she was able to do what she was with, I shouldn't say with, but off of the back of Michael Maricini, I think it gave her the confidence to go forward and then escalate and do more to Greg and do more than to Clayton. Um, I don't ever want to, I don't ever want people to misconstrue me being online and having fun, and creating content, uh, thinking that I don't take this seriously. I know that I laugh and I do silly voices, and we have, um, we have the music, and we do all these things. But I am very serious about what I do. I'm very much a justice seeker. I'm very much, I try to be a victim advocate, and I'm very much victim focused. However, with that being said, understanding that I am a content creator and figuring out what pulls people in, my theory is that the more entertaining I am, the more eyes we can get on this case and the more justice can be served. With that being said, again, from mother to mother, if you are still watching this, I am now deep diving Mike's case. We deep dove Greg's case. We haven't done Clayton's. I've only done the surface of people's cases. But I have to tell you that throughout this entire ordeal, Michael Maricini has handled this. All of the men have. Mike, Greg, and Clayton have handled this entire ordeal with a level of grace and patience and kindness, um that I just don't possess, girl. I don't I don't like I look at the way that Mike handled this case from the beginning, and as a mother, I just hope that you are so proud of him. I really do. And he has overcome all of this to be able to go on to find a beautiful wife, to be able to go on to have beautiful children. And I just think, there's something to be said about that and his bravery and his perseverance. And, I just, of the three men, every man, we talked about this extensively, and every man who has encountered Laura Owens has handled her differently, right? Greg went the more aggressive. I say aggressive because my aggressive is very different. But Greg went with a more petty approach, which I appreciate. Clayton tried to ghost her. And Michael went with a level of kindness and caring, um, and none of it mattered. But I think when you start deep diving these text messages and you start deep diving these emails and you start looking at this case and you start nitpicking, um, you really see who these men are. We have some fake Laura Owens.
We have so much in common. I'm victim focused too.
Thank you, fake Laura Owens. Laura Owens, start packing up your casita. Go to jail. um, but once you start deep diving into these things and you see that these men, how they handle her on their day to day, how they handle her when they're stressed, how they handle her when, they're at their wits' end. All three of these men show a level of kindness and just grace. And I am so sorry that, Michael has had to go through this. And I am so sorry that his family, that Danielle and his daughters have to continue to go through this. And that this is a dark cloud that hangs over them every single day, every time that she files paperwork or a motion or, extends something, that there's a tether, to this family. And it's unfortunate. I have been very open and honest about, I hope that when this is all said and done, and when people go on dating apps and they are looking to hook up with Laura Owens, they come across not only my content, but everybody's content in the whole JFC universe. I hope that when you type in Laura Owens, you see the amount of text messages, the amount of emails, the amount of litigation, the amount of money, the amount of time, the amount of lies. I just hope you see all of that first. And, Mrs. Maricini, if you are in this chat, I try to have fun with my content the best that I can. This is not something I take lightly, though. I want it to stick with people. I want it to resonate with people. I want to, I insert my own opinions, but I think a lot of us are doing this as content creators because we try to be the voice, for Clayton and Greg and Mike that they don't get to have because there's still the level of litigation that stands over them. And I just hope that when someone, you know, looks her up, the same thing doesn't happen to them. And also, I hope, I hope, I haven't talked to Mike yet. There are talks of me and Mike speaking with each other, which is great. And I want to tell Mike, I don't ever want to speak for Mike, right? Like his opinions are probably not the same as my opinions because he's a much kinder person than I am. But I hope that this content can bring a smile to his face, or a little bit of vindication. Um, and I hope that all of our content, because we all approach it so differently. There's so many content creators that cover this, and we all approach it so differently. And some people, some people approach it very sensitively, very seriously. I approach it with more of a satirical approach, mostly because I think Laura Owens is just asinine. I think she's a clown. You have people who approach it from a more analytical standpoint, and about financials and about um, uh, metadata and all those things. And I just hope that in all of the content, it's a little bit of indication for Mike, uh, you know, that he's got a whole team of people that are on this side of the internet that are standing up for him. Another thing that, how do we know that his mom has seen the content? Everybody was saying hello to her in the chat because it looks like at the top of my chat.
Oh, yay! I'm a sacrifice!
Negla, thank you. Thank you for gifting a membership to Purposeless People. But at the beginning of my chat, it looks like Peggy Maricini has become a member. So, yeah, I do feel a weight of the responsibility to the victims. And I do, I know why I'm doing this, right? And I just hope that it gets conveyed across the screen that other people know why I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm making content, I'm making money, this is my business now, but I'm never trying to make money off of the backs of people who have suffered things just for my own gain. So, I hope that that is conveyed the right way. Also, too, somebody had said it earlier. I don't know if she's seen, I really do hope she has, about the money that this group has, helped with Mike's GoFundMe. There were GoFundMes before me. Megan and myself and a bunch of other content creators had a GoFundMe. True Crime and Wine Time had a GoFundMe, like a fundraiser. And I just want you to know that we stand 10 toes down for your son. And I've never met Mike in person, and I've only talked to him a little bit over the internet. Um, and yeah, we stand for Mike. And he deserves justice, and he deserves to be able to go live his life without this cloud standing over him. So with all that being said, because I was very nervous when I saw that in my chat this morning, I was very nervous. I just think about, I guess I make my content and I never know how it's going to affect the people that I'm making content about. And that's one of the things that I want to talk to Mike too is, what's it like to have somebody telling your story and speaking their opinions, and, whether he agrees with me or not, like that's got to be such a weird feeling. I've never been on the other side of this. But always too, I never want to be disrespectful to the victims of these stories. I want to be 100% disrespectful to the perpetrators of these stories that I tell. And that's what my channel is true crime and accountability and just stories like this. So I just hope that we've done you proud. That's all I have to say about that. But I have hundreds of people in my chat every day that are rooting for your son. And that, anytime that people have made the call, this group has gone to bat, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So, oh my God, I would be horrified if she laughed about the beans. Okay, listen. With that being said, Mrs. Maricini, if you were in the chat, I would like you to see your way out because we're about to get weird. If you are not subscribed already, please consider doing so. If you want to go beyond the comments, we have memberships. We have a members-only Discord. We have all sorts of fun stuff. Mash your face against the keyboard. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up below the stream. And you started off hot today, I'll tell you. Now I got to get my music up. We have a lot of text messages to go through. And also, we are at the point where she is going to buy him a watch. So, bacon beans. I love your space buns. Thank you. I didn't want to do my hair. I worked out today. And I'm still in my workout clothes. And I was like, well, I'll just take a shower after I'm done streaming because I'm here. Yes, we are here for the watch. So anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way if you are still in the chat or if you watch my content. Just know that I'm never poking fun at Mike. I'm just always poking fun at Laura because that's my job. It's the buns of justice. It's pretty hard to imagine the immense pressure and humiliation of those terrible allegations she put on these men, especially when for the most part, they were confirmed by court unjustly. Right. I can understand people being rude about Laura because of the things they've done. I can't understand people being rude about others. Right. Especially a victim in a case, I don't know. All right. Where were we here? We were happy July, friends. It's July 1st. I'm like, oh, what happened now? No, nothing. We got so many moms this week. Yeah, I'm at Parapet's here upstairs. Let's see. What are we doing? Where am I? 6:15:17. So I'm right here. All right, 6:15:17. All right, we'll start at 6:13. Here she is. Oh my God, you're kidding. Did I know this? Happy Canada Day. It's a birthday month. It's your birthday month? House of Flux, yes. Thank you, Toadette. Yes, prayers for his sister. Absolutely. All right, we'll start it with this. I got to get this stuff open. I got my music here. I got Laura. You here?
Hello, I'm here. Hi, Charlie.
Oh, good. Laura's in attendance. Crickets, sing for me. Perfect. Oh, you're a Leo? I'm a Gemini with a Leo rising. Happy birthday to my July birthdays. You know what? I should just start saying happy birthday every day because people, when I was saying happy birthday to one person, people are like, it's my birthday. So if today's your birthday, July 1st, happy birthday. I'll just start saying happy birthday every day at the top of the stream. Okay, let's get down to business. Also, guys, I was sick like 3 weeks ago, and this is my voice now. So, I think that this is just who I am. So it looks like I'm going to be all bulking for the rest of my life. Hell yeah, Jupiter. Birthday song tune of Go to Trial. All right, we'll start it at the top. Everybody put your hands together. Because that's what we do. We tell Laura to go to trial. Laura Owens. Do it, do it. We believe you. Tell your story. Go to trial. Yeah, you're not a liar. We believe you. Do it, do it. Hey, Laura Owens. Go to trial. We believe you. Everybody else is lying. Go to trial. Laura Owens, you can do it. We believe you. All right, you guys got your song at the top. We'll do it at the bottom too. All right, let us see. Let us. Head of lettuce. All right. So Laura Owens talks about wanting a future with Michael Maricini. That's a bop. It's a bop. It's a bop. Going to trial. The shoulder roll. Hi, Stevie. How are you? Get convicted. Do it. Do it. Yeah, everybody's on a body roll. They're like, hey, Laura Owens, go to try. Finger guns. All right, everybody. Buckle your seatbelts. It's time for horror music.
It's the email.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I always do that. Question mark. I've joined late, but I've joined. I think I'm the only one that wants her to take the plea deal. God damn it, Bruce. Bruce, don't you dare troll me right now. I'll punch you.
I miss you and hope you're having a good day. Baby, I genuinely love you so much that it hurts. I worry that I'm not enough for you at all. You could get anyone in the world, and maybe someone better than me.
Narrator, he did. He did. Joke's on you.
But if you pick me, and I pick you, I think we could create one hell of a fantastic future together where we could be happy as could be and very financially successful. Let's make it happen, baby. I'm in if you are.
Hey, gorgeous. Of course I want a future with you, smiley face. Looking forward to many good times ahead.
XOXO! Just had a great lunch with your mom and sis. Yeah, why?
My sister seems like a peeved beezy today.
What'd she say?
She was angry at me and my mother this morning. No idea why, but she was angry.
Hopefully the horses perked her up a bit.
You know, that's the other thing, too. When you look at this and you start to look at, it's not just Mike, right? Like, she's so insidious, and she's like a fungal mushroom. She gets in an area, and then the roots, right? Like, it's like a plant. The roots start to get bigger from underneath. She tries to suck everybody in. Everybody. Yeah, she's right. Danielle has built a fantastic future with him. That's right. I don't want her to take the softball plea deal. I want the prosecutors to offer a reasonable plea deal. Hey, no, mushroom shade. Sorry. I hate mushrooms. I want her to go to trial and be guilty. Guilty. Stream Elements is a bot. I should name it a different bot. You have to see Obsession. I don't want to because I am scared of everything. Laura Owens now claims that the watch isn't coming till Friday. By the way, I seriously feel awful about this, but your watch isn't coming till Friday. I only found out early this morning that it wasn't being delivered today. I'm having to go to my parents' house now since my dad is going to be there while I'm gone. He said he's happy to give it to you, so now you can have it before Sunday. I swear on everything that you're getting it. I realize this has been going on forever. I'm sorry. And basically, it's just another, and people were doing it with the fishing and the lure, right? With the fishing pole. That's all it is. This is just another thing to keep them on the hook. Man-eating ficus tree. Yes. What the ficus? With a verified check mark, it's usually blue. Oh, I don't know. That's my bot, though. Because when you press exclamation TR, it says beehole. But yeah. I'm sorry. I was trying to do the good thing by trading the used one for the new watch, and now I feel like I wish you just had the original one so you could have it in your possession. Okay, great. Yep, all the lures, all of this. It's all just to keep them on the line. I believe the kids call it breadcrumbing. Oh, like Hansel and Gretel? Huh. Laura Owens pushes the watch delivery back again to the 20th of the month. Where am I?
Your watch is getting delivered on the 20th. Unsure face.
How does it keep getting pushed back? The jeweler is probably wearing it because it's such an awesome piece.
It's scheduled for delivery on the 20th. It'll be here then. Honestly,
Don't tell me you have a gift for me if you don't have it in your hands. I can't. I'm too much of a child. Don't ever tell me that you have a gift for me and then be like, but you have to wait. Don't. I don't want it now. I don't want it. I don't ever want it. Tell me you have a gift for me when it's here, right here, okay? Because that's my sister. Dude, pork chop is so bad. She'll be like, it'll be July, and she'll be like, I bought you a gift for Christmas. Do you want to know what it is? No. No. Thank you, Maddie. With these text messages, why are the DAs not pushing harder for a speedy trial? This actually helps the prosecution, and they can word it, her rights are being upheld. They can push all they want. It's her choice. It's her choice. Also, Charlie, I would like to let you know, and the rest of the chat, that I have decided I'm taking some free courses first to see how it goes. But then I have decided, and I've talked to my husband about it. I don't know how long it's going to take because I have children and now a full-time job streaming. I'm going to go back and try to get some certificates and perhaps a degree. We'll see how this goes in criminology and criminal justice. I've started last night taking notes. There's this place called Allison.com that does free courses and gives you just kind of like the basics, and then you can take tests and you can get like certificates. They don't mean anything. But I want to have a better, more well-rounded approach when I'm talking about these things and a better understanding. But I think I'd really like to have a degree in criminal justice. So that'll go on the wall back there next to my very first cease and desist. But yeah, I thought you guys would be very excited. I don't know. Okay, listen. I don't know if I'm going to go to school just yet. So I looked into online at the community college by me, and they have it set up that it's a full online program, but it's a weekly, everything has to be in by the end of the week. And with my kids out of school, I don't know if that's a schedule that I can maintain right now. So I might wait till they go into school and then start it slowly but surely. But I really think that's what I want to work towards And I think that, just getting an idea. And also, I think it would give me more credibility as a streamer because I would have that under my belt, that accolade. But also, I've been researching. And so, right now, in the beginning of the class, in the beginning of the course, it's basically the history of criminology, which is fascinating, by the way. But they are talking about criminology versus criminal justice and how they're different and why they're different and how they kind of came to be in the French Revolution right now. So it's gonna be a while, but yeah, I'm very excited. And just if you guys want to know, yeah, that's what Flux is doing too. There's this place called Allison.com that you could really learn like anything. So that's how I'm starting. Also, the reason that I'm doing that way is I'm doing it free because I have ADHD and I always have these big grandiose ideas and then I start them and then they fizzle out like a sad bottle rocket. So I don't want to pay. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about that, Flux, for sure. But I don't want to get started and then quit. So I'm just like dipping my feet in, but I want you guys to know that I started last night and I've been taking lots of notes, girl, and I'm very excited. Focus on case laws. It helps in viewing cases in the cases you work. Okay. I looked into teaching computer science at the community college near me before I got my tech gig. It seems like a pretty cool thing. Needs a complete overhaul. Be the change bacon. Yeah, so I was reading, maybe I'll just, you know what? Maybe we could do that in member streams. Like I'll tell you guys what I learned from that week. If you guys want. BSN and almost done with it. Nurse practitioner. Yay! All right. Look at us, friends. Look at us. And you know what? I'm 41 years old. It's never too late to follow my dreams. I've been a hairdresser and a salon owner. I've been a salon owner for the past 16 years. But I've been a hairdresser for the past 20 years. I taught it. I used to teach color. I used to teach color theory. I used to teach color science, color chemistry, and all those things. And I loved it. And that's just not where my life has taken me now. And now I'm here. And now I want to know everything about it because I'm a Gemini and I need to have all of the information. So I don't know what I would do with it other than put it on my back wall to say I'm that bitch. But because obviously streaming is my dream. And being able to be online, this is me living my dream. But also, I wonder if they would put bacon bears on my degree. About 20 years ago. Hey, world language certificate. That's awesome. I knew there was a reason we get along. You are my sister. Okay, she's technically a step, but I claim her as bio. Listen, all my siblings are half, and I would, other than a moment like this, like I would never know that they're just my sisters. Gemini, happy belated birthday. Feels so amazing to post those degrees on your wall. Trust me. All right. I'll look into the community program that I have near me. It is coming together, so it is my destiny. Who else was born to talk this much shit on the internet, Angela? If Amber just stopped talking in school, she would be such a great student. Yeah? Look at me now. Work for the county or state and community justice services investigator, guardian ad litem. I've worked, we'll talk about that later. We need to have a members chat. Hey, did we just become best friends? Yes.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. Thank you for that 10, gamer. I appreciate you. Genetic genealogy. Let's see. We can have homework sessions. Yes, where we just sit online with each other and not say a word and we just do our own work. If TVJ just stopped talking and applied herself, she'd make much better. Yes, my whole life. And now I just tell people all the time, I'm like, this is what I get to do. This is my dream. This is what dreams are made of. Called Panerai this morning, and he said it's rare for the bridge to become loose, but it's a simple fix. Smiley face. That was relieving to hear.
Thank God.
My ADHD. Yeah, and you're never too old. Let's go, Klein Coco. Come on. Motormouth Doherty here. Who's that? I'm now working on my dream job. So the other thing, lo-fi and study. Hi, Brad. The other thing that I want to do, though, too, is like I actually went to college for 1 semester for psychology because that's what I originally wanted to do. But I was like, maybe Allison, like while I'm doing this, Allison.com can help me figure out where I want to put my focus before I go to school. Like maybe it's not criminology, maybe it's criminal justice, maybe it's psychology, maybe it's forensic psychology. I don't know yet. I'm just going to take a bunch of courses and different things and see what interests me. I'll let you guys know. Every time I finish a course or take a test, I'll post my grades in the Discord. Oh my God, I feel like I'm 7 again. Went back to school, 36 community college program. Don't regret it at all. I also have ADHD and my college had a ton of accommodations. Took some, didn't take others. Thank you so much for talking about this educational opportunity. I'm at a major crossroads and need to update my knowledge base. This might be exactly what I need. Jennifer, go. Go get that knowledge. Go get that knowledge. Lots of loopholes to exploit. Tune into your dreams while you do test runs. Dab your toes. Yeah. Went back to school at 31 to become a stenographer. It was so hard, but the best thing I ever did. Okay, do you do the little typey thing or do you do the mouth one? Because I'm intrigued by both. I tried to watch girls on TikTok who do stenographing. Kill me. If somebody was like, I'm holding a gun to my head and they'd be like, learn stenography right now, I'd be like, blow my brains out because I could never do it. Oh my God, you are so challenging. No, not too much dad vibes, but you guys inspire me all the time. And then I'm like, I want to be better. I want to be better for what I do. And I'm like, obviously people are more likely to listen to somebody who is more of an expert in that field, right? So clinical is not for me, but I do have my master's. Oh, shit. Think of what you and Jack can talk about. Oh, God. Yes. Oh, my God. Look at all of us. I went back to school at 38. You couldn't keep quiet doing it. No, I couldn't. I'd be typing and I'd be like, oh, shit. Like, I could never do it. I have a degree in psychology and a master's in special education. Look at you, Peachy Teach. We are a bunch of smarty pants. Started my master's at 55. Look at this fucking group. Lawless. Hi, Lawless. All right. I'm going to look into it today. We'll see what it takes. It's not about money for me. It's about time. I don't always have time because children. Okay, so let's see. Brad, I cannot tell you how much this feature has changed my entire life. Okay? Giggles. They'd be like, court reporter, and I'd be like, I became a botanist at 45. Oh my God, taught special ed for 24 years. Street smart that I appreciate, but you get it, girl. Yay. Thanks. This chat is awesome. Oh, that's reminding me to get my son off the bus. He's not in school anymore. So there's that. I know. I'm so excited. Okay. Back on task, friends. Did my master's as a full-time student. It was online, so worth it, but totally doable. Yes, we are unstoppable. Let me know if you guys are going online to get your stuff done. Let me know where you got it done because I would like that. Michael Maricini asked Laura Owens for the watch broker's name and phone number to ensure Laura Owens avoided providing him. Oh, ensure the watch. Laura Owens provided him with all the correct. Avoids providing him. Got it. Okay. I can't read. Hey. While singing, go to trial. We believe you. Hey, okay, so listen, you guys, I almost deleted that from the VOD yesterday, and then I went back and watched it, and I'm like, that was literally my nightmare. My nightmare was me streaming, and then my kids come in here, and you guys see them in real time, especially with my son, because he never has a shirt on, and I, like, if somebody says something ill about my son, I would start punching computers. And I know how mean people can be on the internet. And I was like, watch one motherfucker say something about my son in this goddamn chat, and I will just go just full rage. Just ah! But you guys were all very wonderful with my son and very loving and very welcoming. So I decided to keep it. And it was super cool when I was like, say hi. And he was like, hi. He's such an angel. Okay. Imperial College. What is that? We might have to look for colleges later. The Elmo Flames. Q-Flux. There she is. Bacon tuna. I was a juror on a murder case, and I was a special ed teacher. I had alarm set for my students. Every time. Oh my God. Beans. SNHU. Oh, nobody likes an adult that could be mean to a child. Oh, I can be mean to a lot of children. That's for sure. But let's see. I want to do ugh. Okay. Yes. Can you send me the Your Watch broker's name and phone number?
Why? What's wrong? Yes?
Because it's needed now to insure the watch.
You can send me the insurance company's number and I will gladly give them that.
Your lack of transparency is concerning. Everything I ask for, you say no.
That's absolutely bullshit! 272-83597. That's my customer number.
I'm telling you what they told me.
I didn't say no at all. I said to give me the number of the insurance company and I'd call them.
They said 2 ceramics were checked in this weekend, and one was for Barbara and one was for Larry. Why wouldn't you just give me the number? I don't get why you drag this shit out.
8675309.
It would be much quicker if you just gave me the number.
I just did.
I don't care about this anymore. I care about you. I was trying to help you out this entire time and was just extremely excited about getting it. Until this morning, I was freaking out and counting down the days. Counting down the days. Today just doesn't make any sense, though. Nothing you've said has made sense. And you're saying that I'm attacking you when I was just asking you basic questions. Basic questions that anyone would ask. It's fake. If it's fake, I wouldn't care. That's not the point of it anymore. You've tried to turn this around into me being ungrateful when all I was trying to do was help find out the answers. Believe me, I'm done talking about the watch. Don't call me anymore. Don't come by my house. Suspense music. Right, Mike, send me the receipt. Lo, why are you calling me a liar? Took 2 grad classes online, entire class 8 weeks, pretty intense, particularly 2 reading papers tests. Took econ and public policy, more time than expected. Oh. Given that statement, wouldn't her claim? Yes, they would. Also, her claims of being raped by Clayton would go out the window when, after they allegedly have the sexual encounter, she sent him an email stating, "I wish you could be inside me to feel how tight I am." So there's that. Insinuating that he was never inside of her. So there's that. Here's your sign. Maybe his case even. She did. Tam implies a giver, doesn't it? Let's see. Liked Panerai, they're Italian. You can insure it with these magic beans. Everything comes back to beans. I'm just going to make a shirt that says beans for no reason. Distance learning colleges in the UK. I am not in the UK. Stop with the logic. I know. There will be no logic here. None. Laura Owens tells Michael Maricini his watch was the easiest fix. Your watch was the easiest fixed. A screw had fallen out, and the screw was in the box. That's all it was. Okay. Yeah, she's probably the watch broker. I'm behind, but have to comment. Your son is precious. Perfect baby. I'll throw hands if anyone says otherwise. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Appreciate you. December 2017. Likely accepted. Okay. Screws don't fall out. I know. Michael Maricini and his then girlfriend. Okay, so now they've broken up. They have broken up. Okay. We are at, what do I have? Do I have anything?
Emotional damage.
Michael Maricini and Lo have broken up. December of 2017. It was a cold, windy day. Michael Maricini and his then girlfriend run into Laura Arons and her mother, Jan Black, at a restaurant named Mama Noko. Michael Maricini and his girlfriend were seated right next to Laura Owens and Jan, as the restaurant was small and no other seating was available. Michael introduces his girlfriend to Laura and Jan, later stating the encounter was awkward. Yeah. Why? We don't have the text from the breakup. I don't believe we do. But let me tell you, I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. Those crazy kids, I thought they'd make it. Give away a watch. Don't let you... Wait, I'm sorry, but if you give away a watch, don't you let all the papers with it? I've never bought anybody a $10,000 watch, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, what kind of $10,000 watch is just falling apart? Mid to late December of 2017, Maricini runs into the Owens family in the Marina District. Ron Owens gives Michael Maricini a hug. Okay. All right. Yeah, she uses it in the DVRO. Right. They live in the same area. Michael Maricini and his then girlfriend run into Laura Owens and her friend at Mama Noko in the Marina District. Michael Maricini and Callie leave immediately. Good. So this is January now. Laura Owens contacts Michael Maricini's girlfriend via Facebook Messenger, making her first ever claims of physical abuse at the hands of Michael Maricini. What a bitch. What a bitch. So you mean to tell me since 2016, up until this point, you have told nobody that this man has assaulted you? Nobody. At least nobody that we have verifiable proof of. And then you wait until he's dating somebody and you tell his girlfriend? You don't tell anybody to protect you? Anybody to help you? But you go after his girlfriend? Because it was all lies. Stir crazy? Stop it. What do you mean? What do you mean it was all lies? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I should ask him that. Do you still have the watch? As someone with a collection of knockoff watches, I find them funny for some reason. I've never had a screw fall out. I've never had any parts fall off. I got it for $90 on sale. I have an Apple Watch. It tells me when to breathe. Oh, the watch was fake. The watch was fake? She lied? Viking, get out of here. I don't believe you. You're a liar. You're a liar who lies. I'm a Timex girly. Mine also tells me when it's too loud. And sometimes it's just me in the room. Oh, God. Laura Owens believed to be stalking Michael Maricini. No. Laura Owens was stalking Michael Maricini. Runs into him in the Marina District at night. Michael Maricini is accompanied by his sister. Laura Owens begins yelling at Michael Maricini and his sister. Michael then calls the police after returning to his sister's apartment. I also heard which I want to ask Mike. I also heard that your sister had some words for Laura Owens. Bet. That would be me too. That would be me too. You want to see me be a terrible human being? Go after my siblings. That's like my sister. When those people did all that shit to my sister, oh, let's fucking party. Let's party. All right. Oh, here they are. Is this at Michael's? Huh? In the middle of the night, around 1 a.m., I got a call from the San Francisco Police Department. They told me that Mr. Maricini had emailed them a copy of the message I had sent to Miss Supinskis and asked if I knew why. I said no one told them that he and his sister had accosted me. Accosted? Shut up. That they had accosted me on the street. They questioned me about the domestic violence I alleged in the message and asked if they could come take a report. When the police arrived, I explained the circumstances surrounding the message I sent to Miss whoever and the history of the physical abuse and the stalking. The next day, I was afraid to leave my home. I didn't know what to do, so I contacted the sheriff and asked for help figuring out how to get a restraining order. I also spoke with someone from the district attorney's office that day. They asked if I wanted to file criminal charges, but I said no. On January 9th of 2018, I filed a request for a domestic violence restraining order. On January 10th, the court granted me a temporary restraining order. Here's my question for you, Laura. My question is, if they both accosted you, why did you only get a DVRO against Mike? Why not also his sister? They accosted me in the street. Where is it? He and his sister had accosted me. But you only got the DVRO on Mike? Because I personally would be more afraid of the woman. Because she's more likely to lay hands on me than the man is. How come you weren't scared of the sister? How come you don't have a DVO against the sister? Is it because you're not scared? Yeah, this is when she went into full revenge mode. How did we get to perms and bangs? Yep. Took my nails off, took my Vaseline and boots on. Oh my God. No logic. There will be no logic here. I wonder if the restaurant had footage. Ooh, that's such a great point. Just 30 minutes at this level can cause temporary hearing loss every day of my life. Every day of my life. All right, so there's that. Then there's, and then I did this. All right. At 1 a.m., Laura Owens is alerted by the police at Michael Maricini's police report about her. Laura Owens files a temporary restraining order against Michael Maricini because she's not afraid of the sister. Because why would she be? Because maybe it didn't happen the way she said. Nope, but she also blocked him. So even if he did try, she blocked him. She was like, block, see you never. We started discussing Swatch watches and my mind goes to, oh, yeah, that bang that had like 3 hairs this way and all the other way. I should do 80s hair one day. Request for domestic violence restraining order. Name of the person asking for protection. Laura Owens in pro per for Michael Maricini. 6'4", 220. I didn't realize he was that tall. 6'4", damn. We are dating or used to date. Or we used to be engaged and married. You wish. Other restraining order code. No. Personal conduct orders. Stay away order. Okay. Buttons. Toy poodle. Very old. Blind. No teeth. Tongue permanently out to the right. Sounds like me after drinking. He does not own the dog with me. However, he has threatened to punt him and has expressed his hatred of the dog repeatedly. The sister, right. It was allegedly if Mike and the sister had accosted her, why didn't you also say why didn't you do anything about the sister? But you know what's so funny? Is in here, before I get to it, hold on. After a year of abuse, the relationship ended. Since then, he told me he had moved to Sacramento. However, he has shown up at multiple venues that he knows I will be at. Restaurants with my family and friends and in front of my building. On Friday, he walked into a restaurant he knew I was at, lingered in front of my table where I was eating with a friend, and left after 5 to 10 minutes. On the 7th, he and his sister came up to me less than a block away from my home and cussed me out and refused to allow me to call the police. I was able to get away, but I was terrified. So they refused to let you call the police, but you didn't talk to the police until Michael Maricini went to the police first? You were able to get out, but you were terrified? You didn't go home and call the cops? You didn't drive straight to the police department? You didn't go to them until they came to you because Michael Maricini came to them first? You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. A friend, right. Her mom. Ugh. And now you need to compare MM and SM statements. Who's SM? Oh, God. Describe any injuries. Emotional. Now would be the time. Describe any injuries. Because at this point, later than this, at this point is when he allegedly strangled you, is when he allegedly suffocated you, is when he allegedly smacked you, when he allegedly beat you. Right? Right? Now would be the time, wouldn't it, Laura? But instead, describe any injuries and you fucking put down
Emotional damage.
emotional, extreme stress, panic attack, and concern for my personal safety. Bitch, that's me on a Wednesday. Shut up. As I know what he is capable of, and I don't know when and where he will show up next, I've been afraid to leave my home. What is he capable of? Maybe you write that down on the police report. Or have you not concocted that part of your story yet, huh? Right. So today, right, I guess it's a Wednesday. You're right. Right. They refuse to let me call the police. Right. They refused to let me call the police. Okay, but you left. You left, and you still didn't call the police. I'm on a heater today, folks. Don't mess with me. Don't do it. Has a person in abused, date of abuse, December 30th of 2016. Me, Michael, napkin lady, and other plane passengers. Yeah, where are they? Where are they? Where's their story? My therapist will agree if I tell her this YouTube stream. Total guy. I know. I got jacked. What did I do today? I did bench press. I did mini sumo squats. I did alternating shoulder press. Did lots of stuff. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. Michael and I. Where are we here? Michael and I were on a flight to Iceland. He was emotionally abusive to me throughout the flight, telling me how worthless I was as a person and having me in the tears for most of the flight, 8-hour flight. When we went to the restroom towards the end of the flight, a passenger in the seat in front of me slipped me a note on a napkin. I will bring it to the hearing, and she included her contact info. And what? And what? How have they abused you? Now would be a good time to put down the physical abuse, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? That you said happened at this time. Where is it? Where is it? What's a CPT? Can you put that report next to a napkin lady note for comparison? I mean, it's not really the same. It's not really the same thing. I mean, and also this would be the time where she should tell them, like, if he assaulted her, that he assaulted her. That's so funny. Tell me I'm not worthless. Mike, silence. Laura screamed at me that I'm not. Mike screamed at me. Right. Silence. Oh, certified personal trainer. Cognitive processing. Certified personal trainer. I need to know, because I'm 41 and I think I'm like perimenopause. I need to know what I need to do to like lose weight. So I walk every other day and then I strength train every other day in between that. Let's see. His treatment had me feeling so low about myself that I became suicidal, and the note from the stranger was something I read to remind myself that I was still beautiful in someone's eyes since he made me feel so unworthy. Did he hit you, though? Did he strangle you? Did he suffocate you? No? He made you feel bad about yourself? Boo. Maybe you shouldn't have trapped yourself on a metal tube with him for 8 hours when you told him you weren't going to be there. I don't know. Let's go. Does that mean something? I don't know anything about, oh, hey, 41 and Perry. See you go say. Anyways. This is, and look it, and then she signs it. Said that I was being abused by a sick man and needed to run and seek protection from him. Okay, so that's a note. Okay, so then we get down here. Description of abuse. Date of abuse, January 2017, November 2017. What? Oh, these two dates. Okay. Michael, oh, I guess she does put it down. Michael began to choke me in January of 2017 on our trip to Iceland, and it continued until we last physically engaged with each other in November. Okay. So let's see something here. So what did she say? January of 2017 to November. So let's just take a look at some of the things that have happened January of 2017. So January we have oh yeah, that's right. Wanting to put the pictures of them up. David Katz and the radio show. She wants to do a radio show. I love you with my whole heart. Let's see. The way you treat me, talk to me, care about me, and how you are physically and emotionally makes me feel a kind of love that I don't feel like I've ever experienced. Let's go to February. She wants to do the radio show with him again. She feels invigorated and that she's going to get paid $250,000 by KGO. They're talking about going to Dubai. Yeah. Okay. So this is all just happening. Oh, you bought him the watch. Okay. Okay. He choked me while we were intimate, although I begged him to stop every time. Since our relationship hadn't had choking in it for the first 6 months we were together, I was shocked that this started, and he kept telling me he wouldn't do it again. However, he did on every occasion, and he told me that he wanted to be in complete control of me and liked the ability to control my breath. I told him not to every time. On 3 occasions, he used a pillow over my face, and on 1 occasion, I passed out for a few seconds. He is a foot taller than me, and I could not breathe, let alone scream for help. I was terrified afterwards and told my friends, family, and doctors about the abuse immediately. And no one got you help. No one. family, friends, and doctors. No one got you help. Your mom didn't get you help? Jan Black, mother of the year, didn't get you some fucking help? Ron Owens, my daddy's gonna be mad at you, Michael Maricini, for making me upset, and I'm sitting and crying in an Uber because you won't answer my phone calls, didn't get you any fucking help? Your friends didn't get you help? Or is it because you didn't tell them because this wasn't true? What? Right. What friends? What friends? However, I was advised not to file a report at the time with the police because he had a very hair trigger temper. And my advisors, your advisors, what are you, the fucking president? Did not know if he would take it one step further if I got the police involved. I was busy. I couldn't help. Bye, Stevie. Yeah. Yeah, you got the fucking Bean Blaster 3000. Whatever. And you thought that going to the police. I dare you to ask Mike if they watched 50 Shades of Grey. I dare you. That's what bean means. They were calling it the garbanzo gargler. The legume liquor. You sit on a throne of lies. He told me on several occasions that he worried he would be blamed if I was found dead. Only because I think you're the type of bitch who would set it up so that it looked like him. Did he use or threaten use of guns or other weapons? Just his hands. Certified! It's like, certified bean punchers. Ba 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 ba. Frioli frother. Oh my God. Double clicking the mouse. Oh my God. I once saw a dog. Are you sure? Finger guns. Pew pew. Oh God. Yeah, she would absolutely pull a Gone Girl. Right. Watch stream from 2 days ago. Oh, can't answer yes or no to save her life. Describe any injuries. I came to my parents' house on many of these occasions with spots under my eyes. Then you know what, Laura? Fuck your parents. Okay? If this is true and you went to your parents' house with marks on your face, fuck your parents. You, as an adult autistic woman, right? Who people are just out here taking advantage of because you just can't take care of yourself because you're just, you know, I'm just little baby no thoughts and I'm just wandering. I don't know how you get out of the house and then get back in the house at the end of the night. But you're going to tell me that your parents saw spots on your face and did nothing? Nothing. Nothing? Girl. Barbecue baked beans. Oh my God. I can't with this. Officially ended their romantic relationship in August, though the two dated from early 16. I was walking down the street and a coyote dropped an anvil on my head. Little baby no thoughts. That's her new name. Little baby no thoughts. She's got two Mexican jumping beans up in there where her brain should be, but they're jumping away from each other. They're just like hello. Right. Girl, I just saw a wall behind those eyes. I'm grooming a dog named Beans today. Bet you are. Bet you are. Not more beans. Unlike Laura, who has the most hormones and anybody spontaneously impregnates herself. Now that's a flex. I came to my parents' house on many of those occasions with spots under my eyes and my face from the lack of oxygen during choking. And they didn't ask you what happened? They didn't ask you, are you okay? Should we go to the hospital? Stay here so we can protect you? Let's call the police. I have been treated for PTSD since his abuse started and continue to be treated for it. I also have insomnia, nightmares, and that led to night sweats and panic attacks. Did the police or law enforcement ever come? No. The last two brain cells decided not to talk to each other anymore. All those Facetune spots? Right. Got it. Called telehealth. I've never believed the napkin lady story. Yeah, we don't know. Proof, please. Right. Why do they look so red? What are those spots? How did you get them? Let's talk about it. Yeah. What about the epilepsy? Right. That's a good point. Has a person abused you or your children at other times? Date of abuse, March 2016, last encounter. Harassment on 1/7/18. Who was there? Multiple occasions. Ron Owens, Jan Black, Sarah Owens. Podcast audience, various friends. What? Let me tell you something. I am 5'4". I am 5'4", okay? Michael Maricini has a full foot on me. If my daughter was dating somebody, that motherfucker could be 7 feet tall. And let me tell you, I would learn how to parkour off the wall and kick him in the fucking head. My bare hands, okay? I don't know how I would do it, but I would get the job done. Right, she doesn't say he's a pathological liar. Nope. I do have night sweats, so. Oh, yeah, you see it right here. He is yeah. Mike is a pathological liar and told me and my family many lies. We got to know him, like how he had dated Aaron Rodgers' sister for a few months. Since we're just making shit up, did you put in there? I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that you have not put in here anywhere that you faked multiple pregnancies and multiple abortions with this man. Faked. Pretend. Just fucking a figment of your imagination. Just any of that. None of it? We're just making shit up now. My boss parents would never let that slide. Sharks in San Francisco Bay. You're telling me Ron couldn't have had... Right. Plenty of beans. Just go for the knees. Dude, my son had the remote on the bed the other day and he was standing and I went to go spear him at the waist and he didn't even move. He just laughed at me. I posted the Reddit handwriting comparison in Discord if anybody's interested. I am, and I will look at that in a little bit. Only to find out she did not exist. Like your twins? That he dated a star from Modern Family but didn't remember who he had told me on 1/7/18 that it was Sarah Hyland. It was not. Like your pregnancy? It was not. This was a complete fabrication. He told me many other lies during his time with me and many in front of my friends. I have to ask him about her friends. Oh, yeah. And I bet you she never brings up her cancer, too. Right. He tried to be a co-host. He tried out to be a co-host for a podcast for KGO where he stated that he was the VP of several Fortune 500 companies. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Which he never was. Yeah. He was a VP of several Fortune 500 companies. Like you made $200,000 a year, right? Like you were the CEO of Quartet Farms on your LinkedIn. You fucking tea towel. God damn it. Which he never was, and that is very easily provable. While the podcast ended up being taken off the KGO website due to his blatant lies about his background, or maybe because it was never going to get off the ground, that would damage the station's reputation. I have saved a copy of him saying that in his voice. When I was in an accident in the passenger in an Uber in April of 2017, he reportedly told me that I needed to fake injuries in order to get a bigger insurance payout. He said he helped a past girlfriend do this and strongly encouraged me to do the same. As it was, I was injured, but I'd never dream of committing fraud. Oh, never.
Never.
Never say never, bitch. And this seems totally right to him because he said I could use a big settlement to be a great sugar mama for him. This is what you're putting in. Describe how the person in 2 abused you. I fear I will never get my voice back, is what's happening. I fear I have. Did you just call Laura a tea towel? Yeah. People call each other, like dumb people on TikTok, tea towels, and I think it's so funny. So funny. Fucking tea towel is my new favorite insult. These kids on TikTok call each other like inanimate objects, and it's so funny. Ugh. The podcast that Ron Owens himself said never existed in the article that we read yesterday. Yeah. Negla, no, don't go real world. We don't ever go real world. We just talk shit here. Right. She was the one saying twin Teslas. This is going to drive this out of the stratosphere. Fraud me? No. No. Not a fraud. Ugh. Let's call people a donut. My stepdad, his insult for my entire life was a wingnut. What are you, a wingnut? And it's funny because a wingnut's just like a little thing. I'm partial to call people pine cones. Yeah. I'm just thinking again, the time the police spent on this BS when they put, right, but this is it. You're like, how did he abuse you? He told me he dated Aaron Rodgers' sister. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a sister. Fucking idiot. Oh, God. Okay, I'm totally joking. Good. Jackwagon, donut, donut. I call people Brussels sprouts. I like it. I need to get away from swearing. So that's what we're going to do now. But I think tea towel is so funny. Describe any injuries.
Emotional damage.
Emotional, extensive. I fell for a person who claimed to be someone that they are not. Are you writing this from Mike's perspective? The fuck? My reputation as a developing talk show host. You guys, that's what I'm going to start calling myself. Hi, Chris Jenner. I'm going to start calling myself a developing talk show host. That's what you will refer to me now as. Because as much as okay, can I tell you something? Hound Servant, don't get upset with me, okay? Don't get upset. One of my favorite things, because we don't use it in the US. Okay, so my husband's brother brought us Love Island, and we started watching it before it ever came to the US. And one of my favorite terms that I love to call people, slag. I know that it's so huge for you guys. It's like when people use like cunt here. But I just think that's such a funny word and I like it a lot. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Anyways. But yeah, that's the word for slut. I think it's great. I think it's great. Anyways, so when you guys refer to me now, developing talk show host is how I would like you to call me, please. Thanks. Thanks. My reputation as a developing talk show host, slag isn't bad here. It's not. One girl called another girl a slag, and like everybody went off the rails on this episode of Love Island. And I was like, that's a bad word. I'm using it. My reputation as a developing talk show host for Cumulus Media would have been extremely damaged by associating myself with someone who so blatantly lied about his employment background. Luckily, someone took it down after looking it up when it sounded suspicious. It has been hard to trust people since. Yeah, where's your talk show job? Where's your podcast? Where are these things? I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them. I think I saw it on a napkin. Right. Ooh, another four-letter word. Here's the attachment. All right. Here's this. Jack, I think you need to go through this. And I think you need to talk about everything that she's put in this order and how it affects her. All right, so that's done. My Barbie wears headphones. Muppet. I like Muppet. That's funny. All right, so now we know that the TRO is granted. Great. Denied. What is this? Does she have any more in here? No. And they just give it to her. They just give it to her because nobody wants to do any research. Michael Maricini files a response for the restraining order. Yes. I love it. We love to see it. Oh, granted for the dog. Never had a job. Right. Now Hound Servant has left the chat. Oh no, I'm afraid. I will be referring to Lo as a thieving harlot from now on. What would our summer be without it? I don't know. I'm here for the rest of my life, Wendy, so, whatever. If TED Talk is any indication, Lo as a talk show host would make my ears bleed. Please. Ugh. And she wouldn't even listen to anybody. She'd just want to talk about herself. So here's his, she asked, I see. She asked for her family too, and that was denied. Harlot. Funny how the tiniest thing makes Laura afraid to leave her home, yet her sister trusts her to look after her 2 under 5s, and when her and her husband are out of town as her latest request to travel. Right. Are there any episodes? There are. I have heard them, and they're awful. A judge will believe a woman whenever she says she's been strangled, since it's one of the greatest predictors of killing a partner in true crime. I would have believed her. Yeah, I guess. Oh, hussy. Yeah. Proper baggage. I like it. Proper baggage. Hag. Hag's another one. I like Hag. All right. What do we got here? Who puts Lo in charge of children? Not me. Not me. I'd rather, like I said, my kids are 6 and 9. I would rather leave them at home alone for a week than let Laura babysit my children. My ears are still recovering. It's so bad. So this is from Mike. For approximately 8 to 9 months from April 2016 until March 2017, I was involved in a dating relationship with Petitioner. During that time, the Petitioner wanted a far more committed relationship than I was interested in. The allegations she has made are a total fabrication from a young woman who has threatened suicide multiple times, been hospitalized for depression, and been on anxiety depression medications. For the sake of her mental and emotional stability, I tried to work things out with her and have a friendship. But she has continued to be focused on having a permanent relationship with me, which I did not want. As shown in attachment 1, text messages between Jan Black, Petitioner's mother, and myself. Petitioner has suffered from emotional issues that necessitated her placement in an inpatient facility, followed by outpatient treatment and multiple medications. Attachment 2, text messages between Ron Owens, Petitioner's father, and myself. He also acknowledges Petitioner's mental and emotional instability. Mr. Owens, in a text message dated 2016, told me, please call Laura and promise her anything. She wants to keep her alive, and I promise to help you get out of it as soon as she's safe. Please now. Additionally, the text from the Petitioner and my sister, attachment 3, in December 2016, show Petitioner as a person consumed with her love for me and her desire to make our relationship work. I ended the relationship and wanted to move on with my life. Regarding her specific claims, question 2, I was leaving a restaurant with my sister, which was 300 feet from my sister's apartment. When we were exiting, Petitioner was outside and immediately confronted us and called me a liar, a rapist, and a thief. Wow. I asked her to leave me alone and stay out of my life, but she kept arguing. Following this encounter, she wrote my present girlfriend and made accusations about me. Regarding number 4, since before we dated, Petitioner has taken multiple medications to help with depression and anxiety. The texts and all the attachments confirm this. Towards the end of the relationship, Petitioner told me she would take horse tranquilizers to calm down. The only, and I don't know moving forward, the only thing, just because it would have been documented, is I really wish he would have put in here that she also faked multiple pregnancies and told him about that. Spinster Laura. During that time, Petitioner was as mad as a bicycle. Completely ant-tipped. What? Oh my God. My son asked me today that if a pregnant woman is swimming, if she is then a submarine. That's so funny. I wish that article had used these texts from Ron rather than just sworn statements from Mike's brother-in-law. That would have been more official. If a virgin was a bird. Yeah, you wrote that really well. I just wish horse tranquilizers, you say. Yeah, I think they just read it and signed off on it. I just wish he would have put the, everything's clear in hindsight. But I wish for documentation purposes that the fake pregnancies were in here. So here we have the text message from Jan Black. Mike, hey, it's Jan Black. I got this text from Laura who asked me to contact you. And if you will give her another chance, she's terribly upset and feels, God damn it, and feels you played her like a fool. I need like old mob music. Hold on. Let's start this again. Mob, Italian. What do we got? Michael, it's Jan. I got this text from Laura who asked me to contact you and ask if you will give her another chance. She is terribly upset and feels you've played her like a fool. I have to admit that Ron and I both believed you at the North Beach restaurant when you said you were taking responsibility for the pregnancy and that the timing was wrong. I can see that. I can't look at chat. Hold on. I can see how she didn't think you were lying and didn't intend to end the relationship when the pregnancy was over. Please read the text she wrote and consider giving her another chance. Family meeting. The family meeting is at the House of Prime Rib to discuss the disrespect. Yes, she is appealing it, and she has until the end of the month. I had talked a little bit to Mike. He said that it's extended until the end of the month. Oh my God. I can't with this chat. So funny. Good Lord. Ugh. Leave the cannoli. Oh God. So she went full Godfather. I don't know. I don't know where we are now. John, you're on the bus. Okay? You're on the train. And we are just going. We don't know where it's going. Probably off the rails. But you know. Oh, is that it? Wait. Oh my God. Leave the bean blaster. Please let me know if you got this. And then he says again, my words get misconstrued. I was 100% truthful with you and Ron when we talked at North Beach Restaurant. I was supportive throughout the entire process. And then we were at Tony Robbins, and I told her that if I didn't say that I was going to get married or have a child later on with you, you would have kept the child. She replied with, that's absolutely true. I never said that. I was appeasing her at the time. I just told her that she was always giving me an ultimatum, and I was tired of receiving the threats. I've been 100% honest throughout this entire process, and I'm still here today, months after the operation, even though I'm incredibly unhappy with where we stand. I've been at my breaking point for a long time and have been honest and truthful with her about my... I can't read the rest of this. About my something. I've never once asked for Iceland, nor did I know she had purchased it. She wanted it to be a surprise for me and never asked me what I was doing over that period of time. I had already purchased a trip a year ago and was really looking forward to it and canceled it because she made me feel guilty. Bottom line is this shouldn't be a surprise. And then Jan comes back. I understand what you're saying, but could you please call her and be gentle and hear what she is saying? It would mean a lot to all of us. She wants you to forgive her and whatever she's done that's gotten you to this point. I told her that if she betters herself, that I would contemplate a future with her. She is then again threatening to commit suicide. Did you go and see her today? She said she has been in her car for the last 4 hours. So did you call her? I'm still on the phone with her. Okay, great. No, it's not great. She's threatening to kill herself and jump off a bridge. We truly appreciate it. I think she will be in a better mindset if she gets the medication adjusted, gets some rest, and is off the gluten for a while. If you can calm her, we would be eternally grateful. She is not acting like herself, and I am certain it is because of meds and gluten and exhaustion. I need a cigarette. I have a beef stick. Ah, fuck. Hey, Mike. Are you with Laura? We haven't heard anything from you since last night. No, I'm with my family in Sacramento. Did I get the correct report that she is heading home and you two are back together? She just called us and Ron and I are looking up hospitals to meet her at. I followed what Ron told me to do. Hey, Mike. Not another medical emergency, of course. I just had a cigarette. Oh my God. Hey, Mike. We wanted to talk to you. We wanted to thank you so much for what you did for us and Laura this weekend. You saved her, and we will forever be grateful to you. She's getting treated as an inpatient. Right now. And then will continue to be treated as an outpatient. They're going to change the medication they put her on for anxiety. We would love to take you out to thank you later this week or the following week if you are available. Does that work? We also know this took a big toll on your family this weekend. And we would love to take everyone out to the House of Prime Rib this holiday season if your mom and sisters are in San Francisco. On this day, you come to my daughter's wedding. They, in fact, she was never an inpatient. It's inpatient or outpatient. You're not an inpatient or an outpatient, right? You are either inpatient or outpatient. Like, it's a thing you are in. Don't get a big head. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You did a thing. Congrats. Now you can always stop bothering me. I'm sure she's off the gluten now, and yet she's not any better. House of Prime Rib probably would solve everything. I'm glad Laura got treatment for a day. But she just informed me that she is checking out and back, actually lying and wants to and live another day, yet she wants to end her life out of selfishness. The reason I'm writing to you is to let you know that the statements that I told Laura this weekend were logical and out of compassion. I was given an ultimatum of if we were together, then I'm not going to kill myself. Nobody ever wants to be given an ultimatum, especially when death is involved. Ron and I said we needed to do whatever we could to make sure your daughter came home safely. Yet I told her I was lying to her. I get being a mom, you want to protect your daughter, but I don't get why you do that when Laura's suicidal all weekend. Like I said, I understand you're her mother, but relaying that message caused an incredible amount of stress on me, and in turn, I took it out on my family. With all that being said, I appreciate your offer for dinner and even including my family, but I'm going to have to pass. I care, love, and appreciate Laura, you, Ron, Sarah, and something. And then she says, keeping all of your friends, all of you in our thoughts and prayers, Mike. So sorry for your loss. Oh, this was after his dad had passed away. Yeah, this is when his stepdad is in the hospital. So the whole entire family is bothering this man while his dad is in the hospital and passed away. They increased her dosage of Cymbalta, and I think she's had a very bad effect. It's had a very bad effect on her. I think it wasn't a good idea and has made her very anxious and upset. Please be kind and patient with her. It's all because of the drug, and she hasn't eaten. Ugh. I'd rather chew. Ugh. Ugh. Yuck. I can feel it in my teeth right now. I understand and have been kind and patient, but when she doesn't like an answer, she gets thoroughly... Oh, good Lord. I know we've read these before. I totally understand and feel very sorry for what your family is going through right now. Do you? Do you? I am truly sorry that this has been a distraction. I would just ask for your continued understanding and patience, as I feel strongly that her current state of mind and tearfulness is due to the medication, which may have not been in the right choice for her in the first place and may have compounded her feelings by being increased today. I love that. I hate that this is a distraction, but could you also do this for me? Could you do this for me, please? Ugh. Yeah, none of them care about anything else. None of them care about anybody else, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Jan. Also, I want to thank you, Ron and Laura, for the beautiful plant. Azaleas are my mother's favorite, so she started crying. And then we have this. No, this is from Ron. Hi, Bishan. Bishan. Bzz. Please call Laura and promise her anything. She wants to keep her alive, and I promise to help you get out as soon as she's safe. Please now. She sends me to voicemail every time. We're now telling her that by text. Done. Please also remember that she suffered a concussion last week, and between that and the pills, she's not herself. No excuses for these types. I don't know. We are desperate to get a hold of her and nothing yet. She said you were talking. Can you respond to her? We need her back. Ron, I've done everything for you guys all day while my stepfather is dying, and yet you both don't have the decency to call me back. Fuck yeah. Let's go, Mike. Let's go. Let's go. This is insane. This is getting ridiculous. I feel like absolute shit reading your text. I am so sorry. I had no idea that your stepfather was dying, and you're absolutely right. I didn't realize my ringer was off until now. I will call you back tonight when she is safe back in SF. And thank you for sending the flowers to my family. That means a lot. So this is between Laura and his sister. Hi, IB. Just wanted to say have a wonderful day, everybody. Headed to town so I can get my eyeballs checked. Have fun. Have fun. Was a concussion from her slowly falling off that horse? Okay, so this is from Laura to Mike's sister. He has mentioned that you both don't see eye to eye on being present in the moment and not focusing on the future. When I frustrate him or cause unnecessary family drama, he pushes away and hates turmoil. I really notice and appreciate the advice. I've noticed that with him too. It's just been a very hard day, and the more I try to do the right thing, the more I seem to do the wrong thing, even though it's obviously the opposite of my intention. I will listen to what you said and move forward. I'm sorry it's been a difficult day. Just take some deep breaths, and now that he cares about you and your well-being. And then Laura responds, I really appreciate it. I genuinely want nothing in my life more than to work on my relationship with him, and I seem to keep messing it up. Laura, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Lindsay. I just got my phone back for a couple of minutes tonight and wanted to say that I'm here for you if you ever wanted to talk about the depression stuff, because clearly I get it. I'll be praying for you to feel better. That feeling is the worst. I also just wanted to reiterate my gratefulness and apologies to your family and your brother. My big goal is to come out of this as the best possible partner for him, and would give him the world if I could. He truly deserves him. He truly deserves him and I. So treasure him and our relationship. I just need to show him that rather than only use the words all the time, he is my motivation, and you should be really proud to call him your brother. I hope you are doing better and sleep well. Hi, Laura. Thank you for your kind message. I am proud. He is a good, kind soul, and so are you. I am thinking about you and hope you get a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for listening to me. I have just hoped he would believe in me, that my heart is genuinely in the best place, and I'm trying to understand to get these emotional issues under control. It breaks my heart that I know he doesn't believe that I can change. Thank you for believing in me and helping me. You have been such a bright light. I've just fucked everything up with the person I cared about the most. I just wish he understood and could support me while I've been struggling rather than seem so doubtful about my abilities. I will miss you guys and my daily tremendously. Thank you for trying. I'm just not enough. I don't deserve another chance, and God has no reason to keep me on this earth any longer. And I'm totally okay with that. Mike deserved the best, and it wasn't me. That's the truest thing you've said since I've been in this case. Laura, you are an amazing person. From the sister, is everything okay today? Did you two work it out? And then I'm going to get to chat real quick. I'm wondering what the cloud data says about all these messages. Not sure her parents are actually using these phones. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they give her whatever she wants. I never saw verification of a concussion. Sounds like parents thought they had a catch on the hook to take Laura off their hands. Also, Laura is 100% pretending to be in a mental rehab facility right now. Punctuations for losers. So she's talking right now with Laura's sister. I'm sorry. I'm trying to just get through it. I think she took a horse tranquilizer before typing that. I always thought they were hoping to unload Laura onto someone else. Oh, fajitas. Hell yeah, Charlie. Right, with a fake emergency. But you can't depend on others for your own emotional health. Absolutely. It's incredible that she has the insight about herself that she does. She knows what a shitbag she really is. Bye, Goosebumps. And here is the response that your emotional blackmail is requesting. Right. Holy run-on sentence, Batman. All right, I guess I'll have to go to the... well, so this is from Laura. I think so. He is definitely trying, and I'm really taking what you said to heart. I also think that he and I are unfortunately very similar, where when our buttons get pushed, we end up saying just about the worst things to each other that we don't actually mean. Oh, sorry. Then I immediately regret it and want reassurance, but he needs time. I think I just need to accept him for every absolutely fantastic quality that he has and realize that what has caused our fights has largely been one, social media, which you brought up and is really true. It doesn't matter at all. And I was just sad that he didn't want me posting pics together. And I totally believe what you said, that he just doesn't do that with anyone. And two, my anxiety and depression, and I am 100% sure whatever drugs I am on for it are making it way worse for me. He's sleeping next to me on the bus right now. My family had a long call with me because I asked their honest opinions about what I should do. I feel like things are really up in... Where did I leave off? Up in the air with us, and that we need to smooth a couple things over. We have talked about a lot of things, and what comes up over and over is how I love him and he doesn't have those feelings for me. I have been praying to get the answer I need. That is the answer that you need. You love him and he doesn't love you. Move on. Move on. Do I stay with someone that I love with all my heart, even though there is a good chance he will never love me? No. Bye. Leave. I wanted to tell him how much he meant to me. He was just not nice on the phone. I've done a lot to be there for Mike and support him, and wouldn't dream of ignoring him or not taking his calls. Supporting him? Supporting him? Okay. My heart is telling me that I shouldn't be with someone who treats me like this and ignores me when I am upset. I don't think he cares if I stay or if I go, so I guess I have my answer, which is just hard. Yeah, he doesn't love you. Like, and that's just, yeah. Ugh, Bacon Bear yawn. I know, I'm sorry. The thought process is exhausting. Jan was looking for a husband for low, occupy her attention, and fund Ron and Jan's life in the future. Yeah, it's not the drugs. Hate to see that, but she blames it on the men and her trauma. Right? Wait, How do we have these messages between Laura and her sister? They were provided to Michael Maricini because this is his response to her DVRO, because he is objecting it. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike's sister. I'm sorry. Those are between Laura and Mike's sister. I'm sorry. Sorry. Which makes it just as much Elizabeth, Jan, and Black Naylor Owens. Right. Right. She knows exactly what she's doing. What a manipulative wench. Wench is a good one. I like that too. Let's see. Blame the drugs for sure. Right. So then I just punished him for 10 years. Exactly. Unbelievable. Whoa. All right, everybody. Time to take a pee break. Bye. I am back. I drink my lunch, so there's no chewing on stream. It just makes me have to pee all the time. Okay. Where are we? No. We are. Where the hell were we? Oh, okay. So that was his response to the restraining order. And then the initial TRO hearing takes place. We have the transcript. All right. So let's see. For the petitioner in pro per, for the respondents, let's see. The court. We are on the record in the matter versus Michael Maricini. It is my understanding that the parties were unable to reach an agreement this morning. I also notice that there are several individuals in the courtroom. Is there any anticipation that there will be live testimony this morning? Mrs. Blank, do you have anyone testify on your behalf today? The petitioner, so Laura, yes. The court, how many witnesses do you have? Laura, just one. And who is your witness? My mother. Your mother? Did you just power? I go fast. Okay. What do we want? A trial. When do we want it? Now. Right. Okay. Mrs. Pollock, yes, Your Honor, we do have a witness. We have my client's mother, blank, his sister, and blank. They are all present in the court. The court, all right, thank you. Given the time, it is 11:30 and we need to be off the record at noon. I'm going to schedule this matter for what we call a long cause proceeding. Typically, our Friday morning calendars are, as you saw, very short calendars. We do not generally have the time to call witnesses, although I did this morning on a few shorter cases. This may take a little bit more time than 30 minutes. And I certainly don't want to rush this proceeding just to try to fit it in the time that it is allowable. Can I have a moment to get my calendar? Yes, you may. Okay. What I'll do is this. This is the court. What I'll do is this. I'm going to schedule this for a long cause, which will be in the afternoon. So you will have a full afternoon of 3 hours with which to present evidence and testimony. Laura, may I bring additional witnesses at that point? The court, who would you like to bring? The petitioner, it's redacted. The court, and who is Miss So-and-so? Laura, she's a friend. The court, any other witnesses? The clerk, is February 9th okay? Laura, can I have one additional witness? Her name is Karen. Court, all right. Miss Berta, Your Honor, would you direct testimony by declaration or blank? The court, certainly. If the parties agree that direct testimony can be submitted by declaration, to the extent that the parties have put everything that they would like in their declarations, you can certainly do that. That would reduce some of the time, but you would still be subject to cross-examination by the other party. So, Ms. Pollock, I'll ask you first. Ms. Pollock, are you going to be blank? Ms. Berta, someone will be on the 9th? Yeah. Discussion held off the record. Ms. Pollock, that's agreeable, Your Honor. The court. All right, thank you. Okay. It is my understanding that the parties will submit declarations of all witnesses prior to the date of the next court hearing. Those witnesses will be available at the hearing and the subject to cross-examination by the other side. So again, the direct testimony will be by declaration. The other side will be able to cross-examine those witnesses, and then, if necessary, any redirect or recross would then take place. We do have February 9th available. Ms. Berta, I don't know that I can get declarations. I assume the court blank. When would the court want the declarations by? The court, well, let's take a look at the calendar. Mrs. Pollock, Your Honor, the court is only on Fridays. The court, no, it's not. But we're looking at our first availability. His sister, can I just speak to my brother for a minute? The court, certainly. They take a recess. They talk about it being a short trial. So this is just them looking at rescheduling it. They ask if they're looking at the 12th. Laura says, I don't think that would work for me. Why? What are you doing? What are you doing? What, are you busy? Where? They'll schedule it for March 23rd at 9 a.m. Mike can't go because his best friend's wedding is that day. Laura says an afternoon because she doesn't get up before 7 a.m. April 6th. Okay. Miss Owens, the petitioner, yes. So they're doing the afternoon of April 6th. The court. They're still talking about where to go and where to be. There's a temporary order currently in effect. If the order is violated, then police may be summoned. If it is determined to be a violation of the temporary order, then there certainly are consequences to that, depending upon whether the police officers believe there is sufficient evidence that the order has been violated. And then that's it. Okay. Is this 2017 still? So this is 2018. This is January 26th of 2018. Oh, good Lord. Let's see. Oh, a horse show? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever she has in 2018. All right. Witness declarations are filed with the court. So we got those. All right. What is this? Oh, this is his sister. Okay. I've known Laura Owens during the same time she was dating my brother, from June 2016 until the fall of 2017. During that, my brother regularly told me about the emotionally turbulent relationship that he was in with Miss Owens. From November 2016 until June 2017, Miss Owens communicated with me via text message. Miss Owens was upset because she loved my brother and he was not interested in being in a committed relationship with her. She would constantly complain that he would not post pics of them on social media and commit to an exclusive relationship with her. I advised Miss Owens in my text messages that she should not push my brother and instead should back off and just enjoy the relationship and not cause unnecessary drama. Miss Owens told me about her emotional problems, anxiety, and depression, and acknowledged to me that those were causing problems in the relationship. She also told me that she wanted to post photos on social media, which my brother did not want her to do. I would tell her that he hates drama, and the best way into his heart is to be supportive, loving, and not complain about his commitment level with concurrent emotional outbursts over him not posting pics of them on social media. I witnessed her manic behavior over dinner once when she yelled at him and then took an Ambien pill to calm down. An Ambien to calm down? She apologized the following day and blamed her behavior on medication and her frustration with Michael not committing to being exclusive. Okay? So he doesn't want to be with you. Oh, the reason March won't work. Okay. So yeah, she's busy in a horse show. I can't imagine, like, this is what you're bringing in front of the court, you know? Like, he just doesn't want to be with you. When Miss Owens and my brother were in Iceland, she sent me frequent text messages and photos telling me what a wonderful time they were having. There was never any mention of my brother being physically or emotionally abusive to her. In fact, she sent me texts with pictures of them saying that they had turned a corner and she was thrilled to be having a wonderful time with him in Iceland. On January 8th of 2018, I had dinner with my brother at Ace Wasabi located at Steiner and Chestnut. We had just left the restaurant, and all of a sudden we saw Miss Owens walk towards us. She approached us, facing north, so blocking us from continuing south on Steiner. Laura was very upset about Michael dating another girl. She continued to yell and scream obscenities at him. At no time did either my brother or myself yell at her. Instead, we told her we wanted her to leave us alone and that she needed help. After that encounter, my brother filed a report with the San Francisco Police Department. In November of 2016, Michael called me distraught at how Laura lied to him about getting an abortion and that she needed someone to come over to Laura's as he needed a witness. I asked my boyfriend to walk over and listen as Laura had called her father to come to her apartment. He heard Laura admit to lying about the abortion. She justified her behavior by saying that she didn't want to lose Michael. Laura's father, Ron Owens, told Michael that he needed to end the relationship. Miss Owens told Michael that Mr. Owens told Michael that Laura makes up stories in her head and then believes them. Colin witnessed this meeting and heard this conversation. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of California that above is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. Yep, she brought up the fake babies. Yep. She was thrilled to be having a wonderful time in Iceland, you say. Bye, Malin. Hi, Salty. How are you? My little ponies, my little ponies. So this is the boyfriend of his sister. So this is his soon-to-be brother-in-law. I'd met Laura Owens several times while she was dating Michael Maricini, including a dinner with her family at the House of Prime Rib. I specifically remember being called by Michael to come to Laura's apartment in 2016 for a meeting with Laura and her father to discuss Laura's desire to continue the relationship with Michael. Laura had been claiming that she was pregnant and had been threatening Mike with not having an abortion if he ceased dating her. Additionally, Laura had been indicating to Mike that she was contemplating suicide and thought of their relationship ending. Mike wanted me to be there as a witness. During the meeting, which her father, Ron Owens, steered, Mr. Owens told Michael that his daughter had a tendency to exaggerate or even flat out make things up. Laura was complaining of depression and suicidal thoughts at the fear of her relationship with Michael ending and was very distraught. During that meeting, there was no discussion of Michael ever having been physically or psychologically abusive towards Laura. She did not complain at all about Michael's conduct towards her. Laura admitted that she was in fact not pregnant and there was no need for an abortion. She also apologized for threatening to commit suicide. The meeting ended with no final decision on the relationship, just the agreement that Mike would not rush a decision and for the two of them to continue to work through things. Mr. Owens was very thankful that Michael, and myself left the apartment. Mr. Owens advised Michael in the elevator on the way out of the building that he appreciated Michael agreeing to not end the relationship outright and see how it goes, and then advised him to get out in a few weeks when his daughter had a chance to calm down and get a handle on her depression. Huh. Hi, Stevie. This was Michael Maricini's brother-in-law now. Are there more? Oh, there's more text messages. There's more. So this is from, I don't know who this is. Does anybody know who this is? Joan O'Neill? Yeah, it's a declaration by Michael Maricini's brother-in-law to what he saw. Oh, this is one of Laura's friends? Where is she now? I'd love to talk to her. I've known Laura for over 14 years. We met in 2004 and have been close. Friends ever since. I met Mike on or around April 2016 when Laura introduced him to me. After Laura and Mike started dating, I saw less and less of Laura. When I would ask Laura to hang out with me, she'd tell me she needed to ask Mike first. When I did see her, Mike was always there, and it seemed like Laura was not herself. When we would hang out, Mike tried to insert himself into the conversation. He constantly cut Laura off when she was talking, and it seemed like he needed to be in control of the conversation at all times. He also always wanted to talk about himself and said things that seemed like complete fabrications. For example, he said he was close friends with celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, and that his sister had a lot of famous friends too. He claimed to have a number of offers for lucrative and powerful jobs, which never actually seemed to pan out. There was something about the way he told stories that made them seem like lies. Sometime in late 2016, Laura confided in me that she was being what was described as emotionally abused by Mike. She explained that Mike had been telling her that she could cut off ties with her family, especially her mother. In late 2016, early 2017, Laura confided in me that Mike would scream at her daily and that she was afraid of him. She said Mike repeatedly told her that she was worthless and that he and her family all hated her. She said she felt like Mike wanted her to stop communicating with her mother, which made her feel very conflicted since she and her mother are very close. Huh. Used to be her friend. Okay. Is this the meeting Ron? Right. Ron's now saying that this never happened. Joan comes up in the DVR on renewal. Okay. Hello, Boots. What if she hangs out in here in the way back? Then one day I can hear you guys. What? Oh, I can hear you guys. Right. Right. On or around January of 2017, Laura told me that Mike had been physically abusing her during sex. She told me that Mike had strangled her and tried to smother her with a pillow during sex to the point that she couldn't breathe. She said that Mike would say things to her like, "I want to have total control over you." She told me she was scared and didn't know what to do. I was sad to hear this and afraid for her. I encouraged Laura to confront him and tell him how she felt. In the many years I've known Laura, I have never seen her afraid of anyone. In early 2017, Laura called me very upset on a regular basis, 1 to 4 times per week. During these calls, she cried and told me that Mike screamed at her and degraded her. Sometimes she told me that Mike strangled her during sex. In summer of 2017, Laura confided in me that she wanted to stop seeing Mike, but that she was legitimately scared of him retaliating if she did. She told me that she thought he was dangerous to her and physically and emotional well-being. In fall of 2017, Laura stopped dating Mike. On January 5th of 2018, Laura and I met for dinner at Mama Noko on Chestnut Street in the Marina District of San Francisco, which is in our neighborhood. We live a couple blocks from each other. Where we were seated at a high table next to the window that faced the street. Shortly after we received our food, Laura stopped our conversation to tell me that Mike was walking down Chestnut Street. She said he was with a blonde woman and was walking towards the restaurant. Laura's facial expression changed and she appeared to be scared. When Mike walked by the restaurant, Laura focused her attention on me and tried to avoid making eye contact with him. Mike stopped directly in front of our table outside the restaurant window. He started into the window, I guess stared into the window at us. I looked up and briefly made eye contact with him before turning back to Laura. We tried to focus on our conversation and avoid looking outside. When I glanced outside a minute or two later, Mike was no longer there. Laura was visibly shaken by this experience. She looked so upset that I thought she was going to vomit. She told me that she was afraid of Mike and felt like he was stalking her. She told me he had been showing up at restaurants he knows she frequents and had even shown up at her house several times unannounced and uninvited after she told him she didn't want to see him. When did she tell him she didn't want to see him? When? Is this true? Laura knew he was walking down the street because she still had access to his location due to Snapchat? Huh. Hi, Charlie. After about 5 minutes had passed, Mike came back and again positioned himself right outside the window by our table, except this time he stood even closer to the window. This time he was alone. I tried to avoid contact with him in hopes that he would just go away, but it seemed like he was trying to get my attention. He stared directly at me, which made me feel very uneasy. He lingered outside the window and stared at us for a minute or so. Then he walked away from the window and entered the restaurant. Huh. Do you think she ever cringes in reflection of her behavior when she's alone? No. No. I don't think she thinks that she's in the wrong at all. It's speculated that is how Laura knew where Mike and his sister were on the day that she confronted them. Interesting. I didn't share with anyone what my abuser did, which I've learned is typical. If I told my friends any of this, he would have been disappeared. I don't believe she told anyone this. Is Lo behind you? Somebody's trying to get in here. The location via Snapchat. Interesting. Laura's facial expression changed and she looked scared. She told me that Mike had come inside the restaurant and was standing at the hostess stand, which was directly in front of her. I told her not to look at him and she looked down at the table. For a minute or so, Laura tried to avoid looking up. She seemed nervous and uneasy. Then she told me that Mike had gone to the back of the restaurant and was still staring at her. It felt very intimidating. Laura seemed really upset and uneasy. She told me that she was fearful and felt unsafe. Neither Laura nor I engaged in conversation with Mike. We also did not make any physical acknowledgement of his presence, wave, eye contact, head nod, etc. After about 10 minutes, Mike finally left the restaurant. Laura was visibly upset throughout the rest of our meal. I walked her home after dinner to make sure she was safe. On January of 2018, Laura called me crying and upset. She told me Mike and his sister were waiting for her outside Amici's restaurant and that they yelled at her in the street. She said she was afraid and didn't know what they would do to get at her. She asked me to come over, which I did. When I got there, Laura was crying hysterically. I'd never seen her so upset before. She was shaking and she was afraid to be alone. I stayed with her for several hours to calm her down to make sure she was safe. Now, I'm not going to say anything about this woman because she, only has the account from her friend, right? The only thing that I do have to say about this declaration compared to like Mike's sister declaration is Mike's sister was present. Mike's brother-in-law was present for the things happening between Michael and Laura. And this friend only has an account that was given to her by Laura. So there's that. Hi, Janny. Janny, you. I got to the part where you said you want to pursue a certificate. Thank you. Yeah, something. So, it's just interesting. I have no doubt seeing him cause big feelings, not necessarily fear. That's a good point. That is a good point. Okay, so this is from Napkin Lady. I've never before met or seen Miss Owens until on or around December 30th of 2016. On that day, I was flying on WOW Airlines to Reykjavik, Iceland with my fiance. Miss Owens and a man I now know to be Mr. Maricini were seated in the row behind me. Throughout the flight, I overheard Mr. Maricini speaking to Miss Owens in a tone of voice that I would characterize as scary. I can't recall the specifics of what he was saying, but I remember him belittling her. For a long period of time, he insulted and demeaned her, making belittling remarks one after the other. Miss Owens did very little talking. Most of what I heard of their communication was Mr. Maricini just putting her down. The entire time Mr. Maricini berated Miss Owens, she cried. When this happens, Mr. Maricini would demand that she stop crying and would berate her even more. Go look. Nope, I'm not going out there. I'm not going to knock other agencies for writing an affidavit. I've never injected my own feelings in the statement. I have big issues with the writing in that statement. I think this might be the friend that was going to testify for Mike. But then Laura brought up a bunch of personal shit and she pulled out of it. Huh. Let's see. Whatever else Laura called her. Yeah, I would too. Yeah, if somebody was touching me and I didn't want you to touch me, I would be fucking pissed. We need a list of interview questions compiled. So I'll put here, actually, I'll write that on a post. That if I were to interview Mike, which I think is on the horizon, fingers crossed, friends, don't say anything. But if there were to be an interview with Mike Maricini, how do you spell his name? Cini. What would you like to be asked? Because I have a whole list of things myself, so this can help me get this. All right, I posted it on my community tab. Do we have any evidence that she exists? Do we think that Lil wrote this? I don't know. Finally figured out how to make my handle. So in late, is there a date for the DVRO hearing? That it got moved to the end of July. We won't tell anyone. Don't tell anybody. It's really hard to decipher, but if she was tormenting him like we've seen her do throughout the text messages, we might interpret his response as angry. I mean, just okay. And nothing against this woman, right? She's just doing a declaration to what she has seen and what she has heard. We have seen what Laura did unfold up until Iceland, right? Fake pregnancies, fake cancer, fake abortions, she's an emotional terrorist, right? The fact that Mike wasn't incessantly screaming at her when he thought he was going to Iceland alone and she walked on that fucking plane is a godsend. So yeah, berating her on a fucking plane, I don't blame him at all. She had brought this man to his last straw over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then, she's not listening to him and she's ripping fucking earbuds out of his fucking head in a plane? Are you kidding? You'd have to fucking zip tie me, that's for sure. Zip tie my fucking ass to the ground. Even though I cannot remember the specifics of what was said during their conversation, I remember that Mr. Maricini was emotionally and verbally abusing Miss Owens for a long time. Based on what he was saying to her I felt that she was in a frightening situation and needed to get out. He was so menacing. I felt like her life was at stake if she were to stay with him. Several hours into the flight, I decided to write her a note on a cocktail napkin. In that note, I wrote that I overheard their conversation. I wrote that she was being abused and deserved better. I urged her to get help and wrote that I was concerned for her safety. Because of these types of things Mr. Maricini was saying and the way that he was talking to her, I was too afraid to include my full name or phone number on the note. I was afraid that he would come after me if he found the note. So I wrote on a note an old email address of mine that doesn't contain my last name. When Mr. Maricini got up from his seat and walked towards the bathroom, I slipped the note between the seat to Miss Owens. I did not speak to Miss Owens or Mr. Maricini at all during the flight. I heard nothing from Miss Owens until sometime around November 2017 when her mother, Jan Owens, contacted me about the note I wrote. Since then, I have communicated with Miss Owens' mother a couple of times and about the note and what I observed during the flight to Iceland in December of 2016. Now, what I do find interesting is everybody has an extremely detailed account, even her friend, Joan. This is very broad. This is just a very broad scenario. I was there, he was mean, and that was it. Okay. Next we have a declaration from Jan. What I'm saying is, knowing what we know about Laura, I don't think Mike was doing on the plane was as bad as it may have appeared to a stranger. But even if it was as bad as it appeared to be to a stranger, what this man has gone through, and you get to your fucking boiling point and you're just like, leave me the fuck alone, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, she says multiple times that it was a conversation. Darvo, I'm having sound problems. I can't hear Bacon. Unless Bacon is talking louder. I logged back out and back in. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. We know this woman didn't write the note. Not to be funny, but I would have told the flight attendant, not her. There are marshals on the plane. That's a good point. The slightest criticism of a person with cluster B personality feels so painful they can't. Yeah, it's all encompassing. It's all encompassing. Right. Of course, it's Jan that reaches out. Right. Didn't Laura? Yes, Laura had said that she spoke with her. But it wasn't Laura. It was her mom who reached out. It's easier when I don't have to type. I can hear you perfectly. Okay. He went and sat in the bathroom so long flight that a flight attendant came and knocked on the door. Yeah. All right, Jan has entered the chat. Wait, what do I have if I put in Italian? Oh, yeah. I am the mother of petitioner Laura Owens. The first time I met respondent Mike Maricini was in spring of 2016, 1 or 2 months after he and Laura started dating. On that occasion, my husband, Laura's father, Ron Owens, and I had dinner with Laura and Mike at the Battery. My first impression of Mike was that he was polite and calculating. I recall that when I asked Mike about his background, he paused before answering. His answers seemed well crafted, but felt like they lacked emotion. One morning, in or around late May or early June of 2016, Laura came over to our house with a black eye. When I asked what happened, she started crying and explained that Mike had hit her in the middle of the night while she was sleeping. Laura told me that she thought Mike was asleep when it happened and said it was probably involuntary. She expressed fear about the idea of sharing a bed with Mike because he had hit her so hard, however deliberate or accidental it may have been. Beginning in late or early summer 2016, Mike started joining us for dinner several nights per month. When we'd go out, he wouldn't talk much. He was polite, but he seemed detached. Early on, I noticed that he was never very affectionate towards Laura, and he was always walked in front of her, which seemed odd to me. Sorry about the music. Starting in summer of 2016, Mike's demeanor changed. There we go. When we were out with him and Laura, Mike would rarely participate in the conversation and would just sit there. He acted cold towards us and showed little emotional engagement before he had at least acted politely. In June 2016, Laura shared with me that she and Mike were having problems. Use the voice, Bacon. I'm trying to use my best voice now. Ugh. I need to pay attention. God help us all. I can't read it with the voice. That's not Laura. I have to wait for Laura. When we were out with him and Laura, Mike would rarely participate in the conversation and would just sit there. He acted cold towards us and showed little emotional engagement before he had at least acted politely. In June of 2016, Laura shared with me that she and Mike were having problems. She confided in me that Mike would often put her down and that her self-esteem was really being degraded by Mike. Sometime in June of 2016, I found out that Laura was pregnant. Shortly after finding out, Ron and I went to the North Beach restaurant with Mike and Laura. Mike told us, in a very calm, cool, and collected tone of voice, that he thought Laura was the one for him and that he really saw them having a future together. He told us that he felt like having a child would be irresponsible given how young he was, and the timing wasn't right. He said that he was going to pay for an abortion and was committed to supporting Laura through the process. It seemed like Mike was driving the decision for the both of them. Engagement. It's so weird. It's so weird the way she's saying this. It's almost like he was there against his true wishes. Right. I just joined. What are you reading? I'm reading, the declarations in the temporary restraining order, and this is from Jan. Smokes Virginia Slimes. After she had the abortion, Laura seemed profoundly sad in a way I'd never seen before. Every time I saw her after she had been with Mike, she was upset. She cried often and said that she was struggling with feelings of guilt for having had the abortion, and that Mike criticized her for this. One late night in 2016, Laura called us in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. Ron and I were sound asleep. Laura was very upset and crying. She told me that she and Mike had gotten into a fight and that he was being horrible to her. She said that Mike was in the bathroom and it seemed like she was trying to keep her voice down. I asked if she wanted me to come over, and then Mike got on the phone and said to me, to the best of my recollection, "I'm very sorry Laura called you in the middle of the night and disturbed you. I have things under control. I'll calm her down. There's no need for you guys to come over here. I'll deal with this." His voice was very cold and unemotional. I was afraid for Laura. So I did what every mother would do, and that's nothing. Sometime in or around November 2016, Laura disclosed that she was seeking treatment for depression related to the abortion. She shared with me that Mike had repeatedly told her that she was sick and needed to be medicated. Laura said that he called her crazy, and this word that we won't be saying, all the time. and insisted that she be medicated or he would leave her. On December 9th of 2016, Laura called me and sounded very upset. She told me she felt worthless and that she didn't feel like there was a reason for her to live anymore. She said she felt guilt for aborting the baby based on pressure from Mike under the pretense that he cared about her and wanted to have a future with her. Not the fact that she said she would have an abortion if he dated her, because that's probably the best thing that they could have done for him to be with her. But I digress. She said something along the lines, "This is it. I just can't do this anymore." And then she hung up the phone. I contacted Mike and told him that I thought Laura was in a vulnerable situation. I told him, I don't know what the status of their relationship was. But I asked him to please answer Laura's call if she tried to contact him. Later that day, I found out that Laura went to the hospital. So I went there to be with her. The doctors told us that Laura's suicidal feelings may have been triggered by the new antidepressant she had started taking a few weeks prior. They adjusted her medication, and she was released within a couple of hours. All right. Oh, hold on. I got to get to chat. So I called my brother Sonny. so my dad moved to LA. Oh God. Yeah, the family meetings are all different. Virginia Slimes. The enmeshment is wild. If this is really what they are like, trying to force them to be together, I'd never let her version of Mike near my let their version of Mike near my daughter. Right. I was afraid for Laura. Right, but did nothing. Right. What did I do to deserve this disrespect? My daughter has a little gluten, and now he's with some blonde. She was sick and crazy. There's also emotional delays. Bacon, you should do our readings in court with the Laura voice. But for suspects, oh my God. That would be amazing. Let's see. Sounds like 1990s Victoria Gotti. Don't forget it's got to be the gluten. It's got to be the gluten. Okay. So Laura might go to Iceland in late December of 2016. On New Year's Eve 2016, Laura called me and Ron. She is hysterical. She told me Mike was treating her horribly and was being cruel. She said that he was being so terrible that another passenger on the flight had passed her a note telling her to get away from him. At some point during our conversation, Mike takes the phone from Laura. He told us that Laura was just upset and said, "I've got this under control." He spoke in a cold, totally emotionless tone. I was afraid for Laura and felt like she was in a very bad situation and that it wasn't good for her to stay with someone who treated her badly and upset like that. So later that day, because not right then, because it wasn't pertinent, or the following day, I can't remember which because I don't care that much, Laura sent me a text message with a picture of a note written by the passenger on the flight to Iceland. After Laura and Mike came back from Iceland, Laura confided in me that Mike had strangled her while they was having sex. She said it was really scary. I told Laura she needed to end the relationship, and she resisted and said that because Mike promised that it wasn't going to happen again. Bitch, shut up. Shut up. As a mother, no. We're going to I'm going to the police. I'm going to the police. Are you kidding? She intended to stay with him and give him a chance to change. Jan, Mother of the Year. You are such a good mom, Jan. You are so great. Good for you, Jan. Good for you. Good for you. I hope Disney gives you a call.
Great. Thumbs up emoji. Voices. I hope Disney gives you a call. Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
Mountain, hi. How are you? We miss you. How are you? She has no sense of humor. I just don't understand. If my daughter came here and told me that this had happened to her, I'm going to the police. With or without you. I'm going. Also, I'm gonna drag you by the hair to the police station. We're going. You are not going back to this. She also shared with me that she had started believing the things Mike was consistently telling her. That she was stupid. That she was worthless. And that nobody was ever gonna want to be with her. I'm a 40-year-old mother of two. What am I doing with my life? In early 2017, Mike loses his job. When this happened, he started coming out to dinners with our family regularly. We also started taking Mike's mother, his sister's boyfriend out for dinners at Mike's suggestion. I started feeling like he was taking advantage of us. Sometime in or around February 2017, Laura calls me in the morning and tells me she was sick. She needs to go to the hospital. She explained that she had been throwing up constantly throughout the night. She told me that she was going to St. Mary's to get checked out and asked me to pick her up at the hospital when she was done. So I go. When I picked her up, I noticed she had little red dots on her skin, under her eyebrows, on her eyelids, and below her eyes. She looks very worn out. When I asked her about what happened that night, all she said was that Mike was horrible to her that night before and that she had a bad night. You see, Laura and I are very close and see each other almost daily. When she was with Mike, she seemed very sad and despondent. On at least 5 different occasions, I noticed bruises on her arms and her legs. I can't say for sure how many times I saw Laura with tiny red dots under her eyes, but it was at least 5 times. I had never seen marks like that on anybody before. And you know what I did about it? Nothing. In or around spring of 2017, Laura told me that Mike had strangled her again. I told her it needed to stop and that she needed to get out of that relationship. She said that Mike had apologized to her and promised he wouldn't do it again. Even though he did it the last time and said that he wouldn't do it again. And I, as her mother, did nothing about it. And she said that he wouldn't do it again this time. And I, again, did nothing about it. But anyways, I digress. She also told me, she expressed hope that he would change and he would treat her like he used to. You know, before the abuse started. I thought the Iceland incident was an isolated event until Laura shared this with me. She also told me that her self-esteem was so worn down by Mike's abuse that she never believed nobody else would want to be with her. God damn it, I'm so tired of this. Although I do have to say, I'm glad that I've lost my voice because now I can just do this voice all the time. 41, that's right. There would be hell to pay if this was my daughter. Right, and she is stupid, in my opinion. So, use. I gotta say the use. He is the scene. Sicily 2017. Can you please say, my biological clock is ticking like this. Oh, and my buns, they don't look nothing like steel. Let's see. Her clock, yeah, right. Her clock is ticking. The problem is to Laura not answering text fast enough. It's horrible to her. All hail King Julian. Thank you. Hi, more love. How are you? I've got to run. Hound Servant Plan B. Sending everyone in the chat so much love. During this entire time, they're texting and asking him to encourage her. Exactly. Mother of the year here. Someone strangling you is never an isolated incident. It's a precursor to murder.
I have to get back to work. Keep up the great work. Thumbs up emoji. That voice would be perfect for Ratatouille too. Thoughtful face emoji.
Ratatouille. Thank you, Mountain Vet. We'll see you when you're back. Justice for Mr. Bears. Right. No one wants to be with her. No justice for Mr. Bears. Although Mr. Bears likes my new voice. He thinks it sounds sultry. There will be no justice. No bears, no justice. No bears, no justice. All right. God, when am I going to get through this? Good Lord. On May 12th of 2017, Laura's taken to the hospital because she has a seizure. And she's on a horse and fell off. What? Wait a second. Now she had a seizure while she was on a horse and she fell off? Best show ever. Thank you, Charlie. Is in her Stevie Nicks era. Just watch me twirl out of here. Wait. So the reason she fell off a horse was because she had a seizure? I will weed the whole side of my yard before you finish. What? I'm going to be here forever. I thought she just fell off the horse. Right. She fell off the horse in front of Mike's mom and sister. That's the one that we just watched last week where she like slowly slips off the horse. So now they're saying that was due to a seizure? No? Oh. Is there another one? I love this stream because it's like my ADD girlfriend sliding into tangents and weird voices that only we get. I've seen her work. Maybe the horse. Laura's fallen off a lot. There's more. What is going on? I think somebody was spamming in my chat. It looks like the mods might have taken care of it. I didn't see it. Sorry, I just saw this. Why do you sound sad? I don't like it. No, I'm not sad. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. So, no, somebody just sent me a screenshot of my chat that somebody was spamming in my chat. I assume, they were sending random screen names. Oh, Mr. Pike didn't see it either. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I didn't see it. Sorry. Anyway, so I didn't realize that the seizure was, or that it was a seizure. I thought it was that she just fell off a horse. But, ooh, I have radishes in my, it was an address. All right, well, if you ever see that, just let me know. And if I see it, I'll get it. But yeah, that's weird. No doxing, ever. Okay. On May 12th of 2017, Laura was taken to a hospital because she has a seizure while she's on a horse, and she falls off. Mike's mother and his sister were at the horse show to watch Laura and went to the hospital with us. They called Mike so he could talk with Laura while she was in the hospital. I was standing next to Laura's hospital bed while she was lying there talking to Mike and could hear everything she said to him about what just happened. The next time I talked to Mike, he told me that he had talked with Laura while she was in the hospital after she fell off the horse. The conversation I witnessed Laura having, and that she was making no sense and was talking crazy. I had heard what Laura had said. She seemed completely lucid and said there was nothing crazy or nonsensical about what she had said. So what did she say? It seemed like Mike was deliberately trying. Thank you, no thanks. It seemed like Mike was deliberately trying to make Laura look crazy and to convince me and everyone else that she was mentally unstable. This was a red flag. And this was the red flag? Him choking her and her not consenting is not a red flag? This is a red flag? I need bubblegum cigarettes, right? The fake ones? Right. I asked them what they were posting and screenshotted. They must have blocked me after. Oh. This was a red flag for me and made me very uncomfortable and concerned for Laura. Mike did not come to the hospital to see her. In June of 2017, Mike and Laura are still dating. We treated Mike, his mother, his sister, and his sister's, what are they called? Gumas? At House of Prime Rib to celebrate Mike's birthday. After Mike's birthday and throughout the summer, I noticed that Laura was spending less time with him. She had expressed to me that she was trying to see less of him in hopes that the relationship would just fizzle out and end naturally. Really? You know, do you guys think that Jan has looked through these text messages? Yeah, I want candy cigarettes. Do you think, I'm very interested. Like, I want to know if, like, if Jan's read this, how do you deny what your daughter has said? Why is all of this in the statement? Great question. You can't buy real love. Can't buy me love. No, you'll just have to wait. Right? She said, love don't come easy. Here's a game of give and take. Spend a lot of damn time in restaurants. Time for another real cigarette for me. I wouldn't be surprised if Jan thinks they say something else, even if she's read them. Singing Whitney. I want to know if he really loves me, even though he never tells me. That's not the words. I'm just making it up for Laura now. More like this. I want this one. I like this. After Mike's birthday and throughout the summer, I noticed that Laura was spending less time with him because she just wanted the relationship to fizzle out naturally. On Wednesday in October 2017, my husband and I went to dinner with Laura at Maybeck's, you know, over in the marina. We often had dinner on Wednesdays at Maybeck's. Mike walks in with his sister, Stephanie. They sat at a table close to us, and Mike chose a seat that faces Laura. He stares at her while we ate dinner. I thought it was very strange behavior, and I could see it made Laura uncomfortable. After the incident at Maybeck's. How much is Maybeck's? Is that why she's putting in there? I decided to reach out to the passenger who wrote the note to Laura on the flight to Iceland. Laura and I had talked several times about wanting to thank her for intervening that day, since it was an eye-opening experience for Laura. On November 7th of 2017, I sent an email to the address listed on the cocktail napkin Laura was given. I explained that I was trying to locate the woman who took the time to write Laura the note and asked if I had the correct email address. The following day, November 8th of 2017, I received a response from a woman named Karen saying, I remember your beautiful daughter. A true and correct copy of this email is attached here too as Exhibit 1. I sent Karen an email that day explaining that Laura was doing much better since she had broken things off with Mike and thanking her for the note. I told her Laura's eyes were really open to what a bad relationship she was in when she received the note from her on that flight that day. Oh my God, how much is there of this? This music is so goddamn fitting. Sometime around November 29th of 2017, Laura and I are having dinner at Mama Noko in the marina. which is around the corner from Laura's apartment. Mike walks into the restaurant and made a beeline directly for our table. He was accompanied by a woman whom he introduced us to as Callie. He said that he had seen our car parked out front. I just noticed that you guys are not looking at this at all. I never changed the screen. Oh my God. He was accompanied by a woman who he introduced to us as Callie. He had said that he seen our car parked out front. He lingers at the table, and it seemed like he enjoyed making us uncomfortable. Then he sat down a few feet away from us. He put his hands around the woman he was with and stared intently at Laura. It made both of us so uncomfortable that we left. After this, Laura told me she was terrified to be alone. Sometimes, when we were together in her neighborhood, she'd ask me to drive her home even though she lived only a couple of blocks away. She told me she was afraid that Mike was stalking her and that she was afraid of what he might do to her. On January 7th of 2018, Ron, Laura, and I were having dinner at Amici's restaurant, about a block and a half from Laura's apartment. Well, we're seated at the table next to the window facing the street. As we're leaving the restaurant, I asked Laura if she wanted us to drive her home, given the fear and the recent history of encountering Mike. Since we were parked in the opposite direction of Laura's apartment, she said it would be quicker if she just walked home. About 5 minutes later, Laura called me. She was crying hysterically, and she just kept saying, "Mike, Mike, Mike." She was alone. She called me. She was so upset that she could barely get the words out, but I understood when she was screaming, "Mike." When she could finally talk, she told us that Mike and his sister were waiting near the restaurant, standing by a shrub. Could you believe it? Next to the sidewalk. She said they came at her and screamed at her for having contacted Callie, the woman Mike was in with back in November. She told me that she tried to get her phone to call 911, but Mike's sisters yelled, "Don't you dare get your phone." There was a pure terror in Laura's voice as she tried to tell us what happened. I have never heard someone sound so upset, and pray that I never do again. Elizabeth Jan Owens. There's always room. Ramen. Right. Oh my God. Why pay bills when you can eat out every day? It would be the best plot twist ever if it turned out that Jan was sending all the text messages to Mike. It's really her. I also thought she was having dinner with her friend, not her mom. Yeah, of course. True and correct. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Quality entertainment. I forgot to change my screen. I thought you knew, and I was rolling with it as an audio movie. I didn't know. Right. Said the cringiest woman this side of the old Mississippi. Yeah, I love, you know what? I love some cringe content. What can I say? The spam just happened. Was live on screen, but I cannot see it in chat. Other mods. Oh, interesting. I don't see it. Yeah. I don't get what's happening. Oh, I wish I can send a voice recording. Oh my God. Let's see. 12-hour text marathon. Shrubbery. Call me Bacon Bess from Hoboken. Even if someone told her not to get her phone, that does not prevent her from pulling out her phone, right? What a dramatic story. Pearl clutching. I can see where Laura gets her storytelling abilities from, right? Jan was paid by the word. How is this happening? I don't know, but you know what I can do? I can take it off a screen like that. I can let that happen. Oh my God. All right, what do we have next? All right, you have the right person. My name is how special it is to get your note this morning. I remember your beautiful daughter. How is she? Hi. I'm trying to locate a woman named Karen who was a passenger on a WOW Airlines flight from San Francisco to Iceland last December. She sat near my daughter and took the entire time to write my daughter a very meaningful note on the plane. Is this the correct email address for her? Regards, Jan Black Owens. Thank you, no thanks. Oh my God, we're done. Good Lord. Shrub. Oh God. My data. Hold on. I have to play it again if you weren't in here. Where is it? Queen of Melrose. It's so funny. I love it so much. Facebook.
Pulling in every day. Next door to us was a Rolls Royce pulling in every day. So I'm like, whose Rolls Royce is this? Like they live. I was in awe, you know what I mean? And then it wound up being Michael Jackson lived right next door to us.
Cosmo.
The ghost of Farrah.
Cosmo, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, because some people probably don't know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Cosmo Lambino, yeah, also known as the Queen of Melrose.
Yay!
I've been on Melrose 35 years with clothing stores, giving fashion to celebrities, the girl next door, the girl going to prom. You could literally walk in my store.
I want to buy
and
something
have
from them.
Everything's priced from like $29.99 to $29,000. Beautiful store. Everything is specialty.
But you worked with all kinds of famous people.
Famous people, a lot of celebrities. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now we're doing Jason Derulo's tour. There's always someone coming in that we custom make clothes for. Yeah, for years.
This is who I'm channeling, this greatness and this realness. This is who I'm channeling when I read Jan. Just know that. But I have to, I was a Jehovah's Witness. I got to get to that part. I have a twin brother. Oh, yeah. Here, hold on.
Phase, which became the freebase phase. So everything was good in my house. My mother cooked a lot. She was very beautiful. Then we moved to Queens after Harlem. It was like a big come up going to Queens. And my father bought his house and we lived with my grandmother. And it was cooking. It was always cooking. I remember cooking through love. It was cooking. It was pasta, cooking, baking, cooking. So basically the first addiction was food, you know, and the Italians find love through the food.
And the meatballs were always burnt. But this is who, just so you know, this is who I'm channeling. It is the underbelly. I thought this was Jan to begin with. Literally, you're... I want to go to the store. I want to see the store. Let's see. All right. Bacon, you need the machine smokers use. Oh, no. Yeah, I've never been over there. Okay. Sorry. I need to eat. I'm always hungry. Victoria Gotti. Who's that? Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, yeah, like a really long. Well, or I could just use my beef stick. I have my beef stick. You think it would light? Should I try to light my beef stick? I got a candle right here. You guys just see my eyebrows go up in flames. Thank you. I gotta eat. We're having a meet up in Hoboken. All right. God, that was long. Oh, good. Part 1 and part 2. Laura Owen submits her declaration to support restraining order in 2 parts. Pretend ones. Oh, that's the napkin thing. Where in the Discord? Huh. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah, with like the long. Who's Drita? I was unaware stamps were contraband in prison at the time. Really? Some more Slim Jims. Oh my God. Please do not smoke your beef stick. Oh my God. What am I missing? It's not in the live. Is it in the live chat? Hold on a second. That I'm missing this. How do I? Let me see if I can see this person and if I can block them. Give me a second. Yeah, we can. Okay, I'm coming. Let me see. That's so strange. How the fuck are you gonna block me in my own chat? Oh yeah, and maybe they blocked all the mods, I guess. Moderation activity. All right, well here. How about we do this? Okay. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to block them. Give me 1 second. Where am I going? Permissions? No. Hold on. Community moderation. This is blocked words. User management. Ah, there we go. Okay. And enter. Hold on. Is that the right one? Because it doesn't say that. Interesting. It doesn't give me an option to block them either. This is so weird. I don't know. It doesn't allow me to. I don't see it. Go in the top of chat by the purple crown and change it to live chat. If I go to the purple crown, all it does is just show me who's in chat. Unless I'm in. Hold on. Sorry, friends. I need to stop cooking, watching stream. Sorry. Usually we don't have this issue, but I have somebody hiding in my chat that I can't seem to find. Very tricky of you. Good for you. All right, let's go to content. Let's go to live. I'll go on the studio and see, but I don't know. Yeah, it is not showing up. It's just like top people. They aren't even in the chat. Yeah, it's so weird. You know what? Stir Crazy. I'm going to make you a temporary moderator. If you see them, Do me a favor and block them and then hide them from the chat. Oh, they blocked you now? Brad! That's so weird. Oh, yeah, I gotta make Bruce. We also decided Bruce was gonna be a mom. I'm just modding everybody today. Mountain!
Oh, yay! I'm a sacrifice!
No, so I put it in the ban thing and it won't let me ban it. No, I went to the thing and it doesn't allow me. Mountain, thank you. What name is it? It's this. All right, they're not here.
Oh, yay! I'm a sacrifice!
All right, I don't know. Whatever. There's nothing I can do if we can't see them. The show must go on, friends.
Oh, yay! I'm a sacrifice!
Kill us to block us all. Oh, is this your very first spam? It is, guys. Burner sock. Oh God. I know you took screenshots. I have them. It's okay. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, this is my first spam. Yay! I love this for us. Screaming Elmo. All right, back to the show. Sorry. Again, great point. If Mike was so scary, why were they...
F the haters. Lo is probably sending bots. Lol, I'm stuck in a glass case of emotions, upside down face emoji.
I wish Lo had a black friend so you could do the Nene Leagues voice. Negla, you're trying to get me canceled before I even get started? Consider yourself derailed. Right. First spammer. A day that will forever be remembered. Thank you for the gift. Whoever just sent that. What was that? Wendy? Thank you. Now that I'm blocked, the rest of you need to look out for them. I am under attack. Good. Attack me, daddy. Could they have changed their YouTube name after spamming? Is that a thing? I don't know. I have shit to do. Okay. So now we have part 1 and part 2. So part 1, please see oh God, 17 pages. God damn it. You know what? I think we just do this. It's 17 and 25 pages. We do this tomorrow. And we do something fun right now. Lo, have a seat. We have questions. That's right. Okay. And I miss all the excitement. So tomorrow we're going to do, I'm not getting off stream yet because I still have time. But tomorrow, Thursday, July 2nd, we will be doing, let's see. So it'll be 3/29/18. And that is Laura's declaration. Part one and part 2.
Congrats, party popper emoji, you're a real YouTuber now.
Yay! Look at me. Okay, so what are we doing instead? What other videos? What's on? Let's go to Schnitz's channel. Let's go over to the Schnitzers. We'll go over to Schnitzel's channel and see what else we can watch. Ooh, July horoscopes are out.
I'd have to have any friends to have black friends.
Fake Laura Owens. Thank you for that 5. Laura, where are you getting all this money? I want to know. Bacon should read that friend of Laura's new declaration that Omar has. How do I get a hold of that? How do I get a hold of that? Fake Laura Owens, it is going to be my new obsession to find out who you are. Does Jan Black count? Laura's the type of person that's like, but I have black friends, so I can't be racist. Okay. Be very quiet. We're hunting a spammer. Monopoly money. What do you mean, Chase J. Jones? I still haven't gotten to that yet. I have not gotten to that. What can I watch? What can I watch? I don't know. What do you guys? Sure, Chase J. Jones. You have to put youtube.com and then at the username and put the whole URL in the hide list in YouTube Studio, settings, community moderation, user management. What? So I go to youtube.com and then I put at, okay, and then that, and then put the whole URL. Okay. So then I'll go into user management. Let me see. Guys, I got spam today. This is so exciting. I'm doing it. 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 No matching users found. Because when you have it, it has you like. Yeah, it doesn't, it still doesn't, the same thing doesn't come up. It's weird. Maybe, I don't know. I don't care enough. Sounds like you need to let Bruce in. You guys just see a moose head come through my window? You're like, oh. Well, I did it on my channel, but Bacon has to do it on hers. Interesting. I always wanted to change my name to Chase J. Jones. Oh, God. You pick. Bacon Bears can make anything hilarious. Thank you. Nothing makes me feel more millennial than having to relearn how YouTube works. I bet they changed their name. Are you simul streaming? I am not. This is like Spaceballs. Sir, I'm surrounded by assholes. I DM'd it to you. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me try this. Can maybe I just block them from more? Report user also. Hide user from my channel. Report user. Okay. I think that's it. Got it. Thank you, Jen. Yay! We did it. The radar, sir. It's jammed. We did it. We did it. They are hidden and blocked and blocked and blocked and blocked and blocked. Oh boy. Anyways, all right. So what's a shorty, a goodie but a shorty that we can watch? Let's see. About what are the videos? I wish they had videos. Thank you, Jenna. Silver Star awarded. Yay. Who it is for field. Are we finding out? No, I don't want to do all that. I love that Laura keeps needing to travel because Sarah relies on Laura for childcare. Imagine putting your child. No. We've hit plaid. All right. What videos do we have? What could we watch? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I didn't have anything planned for this portion. I only have 20 minutes left. You know what we should do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to turn the tables. Tables have turned. And you know where we're going to go? That I've never looked at yet? I will give that to you. LSB, thank you. Here's what we're going to take a little look at. A little look-see-doozy. Because I've never actually looked at it. We're going to go home. Because you know what? Justice for Laura Owens, my friends. It's time to hear the other side. It's time. It's time. Latest articles and updates. She has... What is this? Tell your story. We believe you. From herself, right? Yes, queen. The belly of the beast. How Justice for Clayton turned a contractor with judgments and a revoked license into an Owens victim. What? Oh, this is about the lone cactus. Okay, I'm like, what? Just don't make me listen to you. I have not. Go to the vlog. What vlog? This is fairly new. LOL. Okay. January 13th. It's a 7-minute read. This document summarizes publicly available court records, judgments, motions, regulatory materials from the Arizona Registrar of Contractors, and consumer reviews concerning Sean Rowenhorst and the entities operating under the Lone Cactus name, including Lone Cactus Fencing, Welding, and the Lone Cactus Construction LLC. Certain non-party names are omitted for privacy. Okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Dave be with you. And also with you. Bye, RJ. What vlog? Willy Wonka's Tunnel of Hell. Okay, so this is suspended is the action. This contractor is not able to contract with this license at this time. Okay. Google Meet 'em and then her name. Are there vlogs? She has a vlog? Shut up. You guys are not ready. Wait. Here's Medium or Meet 'em. I'll go to videos. Sorry, Medium. Okay. So I have Medium. So we have the one from May 8th. When all that's left is halter, how cruelty ignited an eating disorder. I've seen one of these. I haven't seen the other ones. Which one is it? She has 36 followers. Go to December of 2025. This one. No, not that one. This is all she has on here. Oh, this one. Okay. I've already read this one. Ah! A jump scare. Scroll. This. To the middle of the page. Just this. We already read all of this. Oh, there's video. There's more video. Okay. Or that was the video. Ah! Yeah, we've watched that one. Click. Okay. Yeah, it's just we've seen that one. I saw this one. Thank you, Negla. Oops, I was absent. Well, the thing is, too, is like in this article, one of the things that I picked out the most was in this article in the beginning. She talks about how cruelty ignited an eating disorder. But actually, if I control F and put in 84, because I remember, let's see, the goal. She said that specifically. Here and here. Nope. Where was it? I love that number, 84. And then here, 84 stopped being a goal a long time ago, which means it was a goal at one point. So it's yeah. Anyways. Okay. So, Justice for Clayton and its affiliated Instagram account, victims of Laura Owens, have repeatedly presented contractor Sean Rowenhorst as proof that Laura Owens leaves a trail of, quote, victims behind her. In that telling, Rowenhorst, operating through business under the Lone Cactus name. You know what's so funny? Hi, Midel. You know what's so funny is why are we talking about you are 14 felony counts for these other men? Like, why is she not disproving the men? In her early teens with it. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. After I watched it, I stared at the wall, just staring at the wall. Oh God. Operating through business under the Lone Cactus name, including Lone Cactus Fence and Welding and Lone Cactus Construction LLC, is described as a small contractor whose business was destroyed after Owens and her mother, Elizabeth Naylor, filed a civil lawsuit against him in 2021. The portrayal depends on omission. At the time Rowenhorst was being promoted online as Owens' victim, he had lost his Arizona contractor's license. The loss of that license was not connected to Owens or Naylor. It follows regulatory action arising from other complaints, other customers, and other violations after a series of disputes that escalated in severity, dollar amount, and judicial findings. Right. Amazon is 2 stops away. Bye. When those matters are examined together, court filings, judgments, regulatory records, and independent consumer complaints, the Owens-Naylor case does not mark the beginning of Rowenhorst's professional collapse. It is the least severe of the several disputes that later produced trial findings, a granted summary judgment alleging fraud, multiple enforced judgments, and continued post-judgment noncompliance. Any narrative that frames Rowenhorst as a competent contractor undone by Owens while omitting this broader record cannot be recorded while cannot be reconciled with publicly available facts. So my other thing is too, with this, it's kind of like the Streisand effect. Like everything she talks about, she brings attention to it, right? So like, why do you keep doing this? The Owens-Naylor case acknowledged deficiency in forced judgment. According to the public court filings, Owens and Naylor hired Rowenhorst through his company to perform work on their Arizona property in 2021. The work was not completed as agreed. Substantial sums were paid for labor and material that were defective, improperly installed, or never delivered. As deficiencies accumulated, Rowenhorst acknowledged that money was owed back. He executed a promissory note agreeing to repay funds as the result of the deficient work. When repayment did not occur, Owens and Naylor filed a civil complaint in August of 2021. A judgment was entered against Sean Roanhorse in favor of Owens and Naylor in the amount of $29,201.50. Roanhorse did not voluntarily satisfy the judgment. His counsel withdrew. Owens and Naylor ultimately pursued wage garnishment to collect the amount owed.
86 pounds and head the size of a buffalo's, bison emoji, I make skinny look good.
Oh my God. Thank you, Medell. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Holds up pocket watches, right. Right. A second lawsuit. Trial findings and judicial fake Laura Owens, thank you for that 5. And judicial liability. In 2023, Roanhorse and Lone Cactus Construction LLC were sued again, this time by an unrelated customer in Pinal County Superior Court. The plaintiff's name is omitted here to protect privacy. The pleadings and judgment are publicly accessible through Arizona e-Access. The allegations closely resemble the Owens-Naylor dispute. The plaintiff paid $27,650 for contracted work that was not performed. According to the record, Roanhorse often repeated explanations for delays, assured the plaintiff that repayment would occur, and he stated he would bring a check first thing tomorrow morning. He did not. The case proceeded to the court, which ruled unequivocally in the plaintiff's favor. It entered judgment jointly and severely against Roanhorse and his company, awarding $27,650 in damages.
I want Clayton's first restitution payment to be from Lowe's jail paycheck.
Yes. By doing laundry or making, do they still make license plates? Is that what they're doing? Thank you for the 5, Negla. In damages and $8,317.59 in attorney's fees. The large-scale case, summary judgment, and findings of fraud. The most serious allegations involving Roanhorse appear in a later lawsuit filed in Maricopa County Superior Court concerning a large-scale fencing project. In that matter, Lone Cactus Construction, LLC, with Roanhorse as the qualifying party, entered into a contract valued at approximately $478,590. The plaintiff paid an upfront deposit of $180,000. According to a motion for summary judgment filed on March 12th of 2025, Roanhorse represented that fencing materials had been purchased, shipped, delivered, and were undergoing specialized treatments. Those representations were false. It opened with this statement. This case is about a contractor who fraudulently took $180,000 from a neighborhood in Payson, Arizona, and received nothing in return. According to the filings, Roanhorse represented that fencing materials had been purchased and delivered when they had not, falsely claimed materials were undergoing specialized treatment, failed to obtain required permits, ignoring a signed settlement agreement requiring payment of $130,000, and retained the entire deposit. Excuse me. The motion states that misconduct involved consciously pursuing a course of conduct that significantly injured the rights of the plaintiff. The court granted summary judgment in favor of the plaintiff. A judgment was entered against Roanhorse, but it has not been satisfied, and on January 8th, 2026, Roanhorse failed to appear for a court-ordered judgment debtor's examination. It has been rescheduled. Regulatory action and loss of license. So that's here. Let's see. Open cases. Disciplined for 1. License revoked. Settled. What is this? Compliance confirmed. Compliance by contractor confirmed. And legal resolved. So 1 revoked in 2025. Let's see. Separate from any civil litigation, the Arizona Registrar of Contractors Public Records documents sustained regulatory actions against Lone Cactus Construction, LLC, with Sean Roanhorse listed as the qualifying party. As of October 14th of 2025, license is suspended with substatus of recovery fund payout, meaning consumer harm was substantiated to the point that state recovery mechanisms were triggered. The ROC's public note states plainly that the contractor is not able to contract with this license at this time. Do I have Discord? I do. I do. That's interesting. Right. You know who else failed to appear to a debtor's exam? Right. Yeah, and then they don't have wages. Exactly. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about this particular case. I will get there. I only know the he said, she said of it. I haven't dove far into this, so I can't really say anything. But I'm happy to read all the documentation about it. The complaint history reflects multiple closed matters unrelated to Owens or Naylor in 2024 alone. 4 complaints were resolved or disciplined, including one classified as legal revoked. Other cases were closed with findings confirmed compliance by the contractor. No open cases remain, not because allegations were unfounded, but because enforcement actions were completed. These records exist independently of private lawsuits, online commentary, or personal disputes. They reflect formal regulatory review, investigation, and discipline by the state agency charged with protecting consumers from unlicensed or non-compliant contractors. Nothing in the ROC file attributes the suspension recovery fund payout or disciplinary action to Owens or Naylor. The license consequences stem from separate complaints, separate customers, and separate violations. Oy. God, these people write. I know, I need to take a nap. Independent consumer reviews provide a contemporaneous record that closely tracks the conduct later addressed in court filings and regulatory actions. Lone Cactus Fence and Welding holds an approximately 1.7 star rating on Yelp, compiled across multiple years. None of the reviews were authored by Naylor or Owens. What these reviews describe is not dissatisfaction with workmanship. They repeatedly allege deposits taken, work not performed, and false explanations used to delay repayment or completion. A review posted October 10th of 2025 after Rowan Horse no longer held an active contractor's license states Lone Cactus Fence and Welding no longer has an active ROC number. It was revoked after a 15-month process where Mr. Sean Rowan Horse took a deposit for a fence, never built a fence, and never returned the deposit. He has an extensive history of poor business practices and outright theft of money and lies. If that's true, it seems like you guys are similar. March 2024 review describes conduct nearly identical to what appears in later pleadings. Sean presents a very personable and knowledgeable professional. He's as far from that as possible. He outright lies and doesn't show up for appointments. And he left 93 inches of fencing, or I'm sorry, is that feet? 93 feet of fencing, and a gate unfinished after being paid in full. That reviewer further reports paying $3,800 for drafting and engineering work that was never provided, being told the county was responsible for permit delays. When the county confirmed the permit was never submitted, the review concludes. We sued and won judgments against him, but now we need the sheriff to intervene in confiscating property. A February 9th, 2024 review alleges misrepresentation submitted to a government authority. He charged me for a custom-engineered set of drawings, but fraudulently submitted an old, unstamped drawing to the county. He fraudulently submitted something somewhere, Laura? Which did not represent my buildings. My permit would have been invalid if I had not caught this. The reviewer reports filings a complaint in Arizona Registrar of Contractors and threatening legal action to cover the deposit. Earlier reviews reflect the same progression. A 22 review states he had no intention of doing it. Do not use him. He is not reliable, nor is he trustworthy. Sounds familiar. Again. A January 2023 review recounts pretrial performance, followed by renewed assurances and silence. He said he was going to finish and do the right thing. That was over a week ago. He ghosted again. Across these reviews, the pattern is consistent. Upfront payments collected, work left incomplete or never begun, shifting explanations for days, permits attributed to third parties, communication discontinued, customers forced into complaints, lawsuits, and enforcement. These accounts align with court judgments, regulatory findings, and subsequent loss of licensure, and they exist independently of Owens and Naylor. So these are the claims made by victims of Laura Owens' Instagram, I guess. So of something. Is this Yelp by Napkin Lady? I'll read it so that way I have it to know that it's out there. Abused the courts to con loan Cactus out of $28,000. Their judgment, Sean lost over $100,000 in revenue due to bad online reviews, likely left by Laura and Jan. Instagram posts published by victims of Laura Owens make specific, verifiable, factual assertions about Owens and Naylor that are contradicted by the public record. The posts state that Owens and Naylor abused the courts, conned a contractor out of $28,000 and attempted to extort payment through false allegations. No court has made such findings. No order, ruling, or sanctions report those claims. The only judicial defamation reflecting in the records is that a judgment was entered against Rowan Horse. Yeah, it all sounds very eerily similar, does it not? Taken together, the post further claimed that Rowan Horse suffered catastrophic financial harm due to negative posts. Reviews likely left by Laura and Jan. No evidence is offered. Public review platforms do not show reviews authored by either woman. The claim attributes reputational harm to named individuals without factual support while ignoring extensive documentation of unrelated consumer complaints, regulatory action, and litigation. Taken together, these posts do not merely omit context. They assert false narrative of extortion, fraud, and abuse of process as established truth. That is the defining characteristic of defamatory content. False statements presented as fact that accuse identifiable individuals of serious misconduct without evidentiary basis. Yet you're doing nothing about it except going on justiceforlauraowens.com. The correct name. The plugin, it's for, I bought it on Etsy. I put it in through Streamlabs. So, and that's the thing. You're talking shit on this website about it. They're doing nothing about it. Do something about it then if it's defamatory. The record versus the narrative. In the case of Rowan Horse, justice for Clayton and victims of Laura Owens presented him as a contractor ruined by Owens and Naylor. That portrayal only works if the rest of his record is erased. They do not disclose that Rowan Horse lost his Arizona contractor's license following unrelated complaints. They did not disclose the courts entered multiple judgments against him, including a 6-figure case in which a summary judgment was granted on allegations of fraud. They did not disclose his failure to comply with the courts, the accumulation of regulatory complaints, or years of independent consumer reviews describing the same conduct. None of that reviewed Owens or Naylor. Rowan Horse was not undone by Owens. He was undone by his own actions, documented repeatedly by courts, regulators, and customers. The decision by groups devoted solely to attacking Owens to admit those facts speaks for itself and calls into question the reliability of everything else they claim about her. Other victims. What's that? So that's the latest. Clayton Eckerd, there's no posts here, and then here's all the posts. So we'll come back to this. God, she looks like Kim Kardashian, the sister. Kim Kardashian. Ugh. Sent you low appropriate daily affirmations at Ivy. Wait, I thought we were going to do something fun. I've never taken a look at her blogs, but we're gonna keep going. That's for sure. We'll be back. All right, guys. I have to go. It is my time. I just can't relate to these people in any way. I agree with you. I 100% agree. You guys are the best of the best. I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock where we will be going over more Michael Maricini lore until we get out of it. I have a couple things behind the scenes in the works that I think you guys will really enjoy. And with that being said, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you haven't liked the stream, please do that. After we're done, like, hype, bang your face against the keyboard. We have a lot of fun here. If you want to go beyond the memberships, we have Queen. We have what was I going to say? We have memberships. We have a members only Discord. If you want to sit and talk with us, we are fostering the best community in the whole wide world, and you guys are the greatest, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.